Chapter 4036. Continue. The sixth golden crow. Prince controlled the remaining 30 swords and turned them into streaks of light. He wanted to completely shatter the Taiji diagram and kill his opponent. With a boom, the sky collapsed and the earth cracked. The sixth golden crow prince looked carefully and then laughed proudly. From where he was, the Taiji diagram was broken, and the 36 swords had pierced through Lin Xian's body. Ha ha ha, he's dead. That's great. I can finally take my revenge. However, the surrounding people were all stunned. They saw that the 36 swords had all pierced through the Taiji diagram, but they were all stuck by it. Very good. The corners of Lin Xian's lips curled up. He waved his hands and the Taiji diagram spun, sending the 36 swords flying. And that direction was where the sixth golden crow prince was. Oh no, the sixth golden crow prince is in danger. Everyone's expression changed. The golden crows also screamed, "Crown Prince!" They were all crazy. They realized that their crown prince didn't dodge at all. Instead, he stood there and smiled foolishly. What was the meaning of this? In the blink of an eye, the 36 swords had already arrived in front of the sixth golden crow prince. Then they stabbed into the sixth golden crow prince's body. Although the sixth golden crow prince had a strong physique, he couldn't block these swords at all. In an instant, his body was pierced through. Blood flowed out. The sixth golden crow prince's pupils constricted as he screamed crazily. He screamed crazily. Impossible! What happened? Why was he injured? Moreover, he was so seriously injured. It shouldn't be. He clearly saw that the other party was pierced through by the swords. Damn it, could it be an illusion? The sixth golden crow prince was extremely powerful. He immediately figured it out. He must have fallen for the other party's illusion earlier. Damn it, he was crazy. When did he fall for the other party's illusion? Moreover, the other party's illusion was too powerful. He wasn't prepared at all. The corner of Lin Xian's mouth curled up into a cold smile. He was the one who had cast the illusion. It was easy for the heavenly secret divine eyes to affect the other party. Moreover, the sixth golden crow prince was already impatient and murderous. In addition, he had been injured before, which made him crazy. Thus, there was a huge flaw in the other party's state of mind that could be overcome in an instant. Thus, the current situation was created. Humph, you aren't much either. You can't even compare to your seventh brother. Lin Xian walked forward. In his hand, a demonic blade of death was formed and slashed down. Damn it! The golden crows in the sky were enraged. The sixth golden crow prince's pupils also shrank. He raised his golden hammer to block the attack. With a clang, the golden hammer was sent flying, and one of his arms was chopped off. The life force and blood on it were quickly draining away. Then it turned into a skeleton. The sixth golden crow prince's wound was also tainted by the law of death. At this moment, it was absorbing its vitality. He roared crazily and unleashed the true sun flame, igniting these death laws. His expression was extremely ugly. Being pierced by the 36 heavenly dipper swords caused him to suffer fatal injuries. The current him was no match for the other party at all. Therefore, he gritted his teeth and said, "Damned brat! You actually dared to use illusions to harm me. This battle doesn't count. We'll fight another day after I recover from my injuries." The surrounding spectators were shocked when they heard this. It seemed that the sixth golden crow prince had admitted defeat. It was too unbelievable. The other party was so arrogant before he came that countless people even thought that he would definitely win this time. The one who would die would be Lin Xian. However, the scene of the battle was beyond their expectations. Lin Xian looked up to the sky and laughed after hearing this. "What do you think this is? Are you kidding around? This is a life and death battle. It's either you die or you die." You actually want to fight another day? Do you think that's possible? The demonic blade of death slashed down crazily. How dare you? I'm the Golden Crow Prince. Men, take him down. The sixth Golden Crow Prince roared crazily. He dodged the blade with difficulty, but he was sent flying by Lin Xian's kick. The cracks on his body became even bigger, and he vomited large mouthfuls of blood. The golden crows in the sky rushed down crazily. Damn it, how dare you? Humph. Lin Xian snorted coldly. Wherever the long blade went, a death crack appeared and directly cut off the sky and earth. The golden crows felt the law of death on it and were shocked. They joined forces to break his law of death. These people spat out the flames of the sun and burned. On the other side, Lin Xian turned his head to look at the sky again. UK, didn't you say that you wanted to maintain the fairness of the battle? It's time for you to stand up. The Golden Crow clan wants to go back on their word. What do you think we should do? In an instant, countless gazes fell on Luo Yuquan. UK's face sank. Damn it. Why did the other party drag me into the water at this time? Young master, don't fall for his trick. The elder next to him reminded him. UK nodded. I know, he said. Regarding this matter, I think he wasn't done yet. Lin Xian nodded. Very well. UK said that one of us must die in the life and death battle, so I'll listen to young Master Quebec die. As soon as he finished speaking, his death demonic blade directly enveloped the sixth Golden Crow Prince. The sixth Golden Crow Prince let out a miserable scream, but he couldn't leave the blade light at all. UK, who was in the sky, was also stunned. His face became extremely ugly. Damn it! When did I say that one of us must die? I told you to stop. However, it was already too late. The sixth Golden Crow Prince had been pierced by the battle sword and was already seriously injured. He didn't have much combat strength left. Now, with the addition of the death demonic blade, he died directly. Even his soul was destroyed. The corpse fell to the ground. The people of the Golden Crow clan went crazy. Another one of their princes had died. This was an earth-shattering matter. How were they going to explain it when they returned? The surrounding people were also dumbfounded. The sixth prince was dead. Lin Wuyi was really decisive. This time, he probably wouldn't rest until the Golden Crow clan was dead. Good stuff. Lin Xian's eyes lit up. The Golden Crow meat was a top-grade delicacy. How could he miss it? Moreover, he also took a fancy to the 36 heavenly dipper swords, so he waved his hand and directly sealed the corpse. The 5 elemental laws kept spinning, forming a 5 elemental seal that enveloped the corpse. Then he put it away. Seeing that the sixth prince's corpse was gone, the eyes of the powerhouses of the Golden Crow clan turned red. Damn it! They finally tore apart the death elemental laws and attacked. Go to hell! Hand over the corpse of our crown prince. Attacks rushed out crazily. Lin Xian used the void escape and dodged these attacks. He came outside the arena and sneered. Why, do you want to take revenge? Is the Golden Crow clan so petty? We agreed on a life and death battle, but you didn't prepare to die. Why did you come to fight this battle? The surrounding people were also discussing animatedly. Yes, in a life and death battle, losing meant death. This was a very normal thing. The sixth prince of the Golden Crow clan had pretended to be cool, but he didn't expect that these people couldn't take it anymore. Humph, what Golden Crow clan? They don't have any tolerance at all. Don't you know that you have to admit defeat when you bet? Cold laughter sounded. The powerhouses and elders of the Golden Crow clan were so angry that they vomited blood. Chapter 4037. Damn it! Hand over the corpse of our crown prince. These people gritted their teeth. Yuquan's expression tensed up. Hurry up and say it. Before he could finish, Lin Xian laughed. Young Master Yuquan, you're drooling. Don't worry, I'll share half of it with you later. All right, if there's nothing else, you can leave now. What? You still want to fight to the death? I'll take it today. Lin Xian snorted coldly. The people of the Golden Crow clan went crazy and killed him. These people rushed over crazily. On the other side, Yu Quan, who was in the sky, also threw the blame to him. He could clearly feel that the people of the Golden Crow clan were also releasing killing intent towards him. What? You want to die? I'll grant you your wish. In the sky, a terrifying black chi shrouded down. It was an extremely terrifying message that blocked the illusions of the Golden Crows in the sky. Damn it! The people of the Golden Crow clan gritted their teeth in anger. Do you think we're not prepared? At this moment, the people of the Golden Crow clan snorted coldly. They condensed an ancient shadow. They condensed an immemorial void beast and charged towards the demon saint. They already knew that Lin Xian had a powerful devil saint by his side, so they were fully prepared. Sure enough, the late minor saint of the devil race also felt the pressure and was suppressed for a moment. Old ancestor, they're very strong. Why don't you think of a way to leave first? The devil saint said. Lin Xian's face turned gloomy. These golden crows are really despicable. They even used such a powerful method, it was impossible for him to retreat. After all, Murong Qingcheng was still here. However, he wasn't afraid of this kind of attack. At most, he could just use the Grand Sage Tower. He formed a hand seal and wanted to summon the Grand Sage Tower. However, at this moment, a gourd smashed down and blasted many golden crows away. Cracks also appeared on the immemorial golden crow's silhouette. Damn it! Who is it? The minor saints of the Golden Crow clan went crazy. Who could be so strong? In the next moment, they saw a sloppy Taoist walking towards them from afar. He looked like a drunkard swaying as he walked. At this moment, he was holding a gourd in his hand. Damn it! This guy dares to interfere with our business? Does he want to die? The golden crows gritted their teeth. The sloppy Taoist glanced at him. Did he still want to fight? I don't mind enforcing justice on behalf of heaven. Hearing this, everyone was shocked. They were from the Heavenly Law Alliance. Did the Heavenly Tao sect send an expert to protect Lin Xian? Wasn't he abandoned by the heavens? Could it be that the legends weren't true? The people around him went crazy. The experts from the Holy Lands were also stunned. Lin Xian was surprised as well. He had seen this slovenly Taoist before, as well as the other members. For example, Taylor Hua. Furthermore, he knew that the Heavenly Tao Union was not called the Heavenly Tao Union but the Deity Tao Union. However, when he left planet Tianming, he remembered Taylor Flower saying that they had helped to stop the Bronze Emissary. However, they shouldn't have bothered with ordinary pursuits. Could it be that someone even more terrifying had arrived this time? Damn it! The people from the Golden Crow tribe also had ugly expressions. The Heavenly Law Alliance was an extremely terrifying and mysterious existence in the second astral realm. If the other party wanted to interfere, it would really be difficult for them today. At that moment, the crowd exclaimed again. That was because the battle between Murong Qingcheng and Jian Chen in the other arena had also changed. Originally, Jian Chen was suppressed and even injured. He was about to be defeated. However, at that moment, four extremely terrifying sword auras shot out from his body. As soon as the four sword auras shot out, they sent Murong Qingcheng flying. Heavens, Jian Chen actually had such a trump card. No way, what kind of sword aura was that? It was too terrifying. Many people exclaimed. Lin Xian also frowned. Damn it, it wasn't Jian Chen's sword aura. He could clearly feel that the four sword auras were definitely not Jian Chen's. In other words, it was someone else's sword intent that was left in Jian Chen's body. He looked at the elders of the Myriad Sword Pavilion and understood. This should be Jian Chen's trump card. He wanted to use this method to kill Qingcheng. How despicable! Morong Chingcheng, I admit that you're powerful, but so what? I'll definitely win today. It's a pity that a peerless beauty like you is going to fall. However, you're Lin Woody's woman. Today, I'll personally kill you in front of him. I'll let him know what pain is. At that moment, the four-sword auras around him became even more dazzling, as if they were heavenly swords. These four-sword auras were formed by the four elders of the Myriad Sword Pavilion continuously for 10 days and 10 nights. They were so powerful that even 10 Morong Chingcheng wouldn't be able to block them. This was his greatest trump card. It was also the reason why he dared to participate in the death match of the saints. This was because the 10,000 Swords Pavilion cultivated the 10,000 Swords Return to Origin. This peerless cultivation method allowed them to absorb other sword auras and store them in their bodies. Then they would use the ancestral swords. These four-sword auras were enough to destroy everything. Well, it was all over now. Jian Chun waved the astral sword in his hand, and the four terrifying sword auras shot forward. The sky fell, and the earth cracked. Countless people screamed. The eyes of the followers turned red. Was Morong Chingcheng going to fall? They couldn't bear to see such a peerless beauty die. Damn it, Jian Chun was despicable. This was definitely not his power. But so what? Even if these people knew, so what? The sword fell. No one could change the outcome of the battle. Lin Xian's face darkened. He even wanted to attack. However, the people of the Golden Crow clan stopped him. Kid, I'll let you know what pain is. The Great Desolation Mansion also sent out experts to stare at Lin Xian. At the same time, UK sneered. I won't allow anyone to destroy the fairness. At this point, he revealed a cold smile. Since Lin Xian dared to make him the scapegoat twice, he would kill his woman here. Damn it. Lin Xian's face darkened. He wanted to activate the Void Escape and use the Great Dragon Sword Soul to attack recklessly. At this moment, Morong Chingcheng laughed. So this is your trump card. It's actually someone else's power. Jian Chun, I really look down on you. You don't deserve to be the chief disciple, and you don't deserve to be a swordsman. A seven-colored light bloomed on Morong Chingcheng's body, and the shadow of a phoenix surrounded her. At the same time, a small pagoda appeared in her hand. The small pagoda was exquisite, and it bloomed with a mysterious light as soon as it appeared. So what if you said so much? In the end, I'll be the one who lives. Jian Chun charged forward. In the next moment, an earth-shattering sound was heard. Was she dead? Everyone was paying attention. Morong Chingcheng was very likely to fall. However, Lin Xian was stunned. He didn't make a move. Instead, he sneered. Soon, the others realized that something was wrong. Chapter 4038. They realized that the terrifying seven-colored phoenix had not weakened. Instead, it had become even stronger. Through the laws, they saw that Morong Chingcheng had blocked the four-sword chi. In front of Morong Chingcheng, there was a small, exquisite pagoda that blocked everything. How could it be? Jian Chun was stunned. The people of the 10,000 Swords Pavilion were also in a frenzy. How terrifying were the four-sword chi? Morong Chingcheng should not have been able to block it, but she had. Damn it. What was the exquisite pagoda? They were extremely shocked. The others were also discussing it. Lin Xian was also surprised. He could see that the exquisite pagoda was exactly the same as the desolate pagoda in the Jade Pool. Of course, it could not be the real desolate pagoda. Lin Xian guessed that it should be a replica. However, the replicas of extreme-grade weapons were far more powerful than other sacred weapons. It was not difficult to block the four-sword chi. Your trump card is just SOSO. This battle could finally come to an end. Morong Chingcheng activated the exquisite pagoda and completely suppressed the sword chi. Then, the seven-colored phoenix rushed out. No, the elders of the 10,000 Swords Pavilion screamed. Jian Chun, retreat quickly. Jian Chun also retreated frantically. He had lost, but he did not want to die. He tore open the void and wanted to leave. With his strength, it was not a problem for him to escape. Moreover, there were so many sword saints of the 10,000 swords pavilion nearby. As long as he left the life and death arena, no one could hurt him. However, in the next moment, his body stiffened, and he could not even move. Damn it, what was going on? What kind of power was this? Jian Chun was terrified. Murong Qingcheng was also stunned. She originally thought that her opponent could really escape, but in the next moment, she realized that. In the midst of her 7-colored phoenix, a 5-colored light appeared and directly imprisoned her opponent. Was someone secretly helping her? At this moment, her 7-colored phoenix had turned into Kunlun Slash. It split her opponent's body. Blood splattered everywhere. Jian Chun was completely dead. No, the people of the 10,000 Swords Pavilion screamed crazily. They couldn't accept that their chief disciple had been killed. Damn it, many sword saints rushed over in an instant. Lin Xian snorted coldly. Let's see who dares to make a move. He came to Murong Qingqing's side, exuding a terrifying aura. In a battle of life and death, it is up to the heavens to decide the outcome of the battle. Don't you understand this? The sloppy Taoist said indifferently. Damn it, the 10,000 Swords Pavilion was so angry that they wanted to vomit blood. The corners of Lin Xian's mouth curled up into a cold smile. Great, that despicable bastard is finally dead. However, Murong Qingqing frowned. Lin Xian was worried. Qingqing, are you injured? Murong Qingqing shook his head. I'm not hurt, but things are a little strange. At the last moment, Jian Chun should be able to escape the arena, and the sword saints would be able to protect him. But she was held in place by someone. Held in place? What does that mean? Lin Xian was puzzled. Murong Qingqing said, in my 7-colored phoenix, there was a 5-colored light that shrouded the opponent. The opponent couldn't move at all. The 5-colored light also had the ability to hold the opponent in place. Lin Xian immediately thought of Qinquan Mountain. That was a treasure of the peacock race. He looked up at the princess in the 5-colored chariot in the sky. He frowned slightly. Are you saying that the peacock race helped you in the end? How is that possible? The peacock race was their archenemy. How could they help her? However, he knew that Murong Qingqing wouldn't be wrong. It was really a strange thing. He didn't know what the princess of the peacock race was planning. The beautiful figure in the 5-colored chariot in the sky said calmly, "Let's go." Hearing this, the people of the peacock race drove the 5-colored chariot and flew away. Are the 2 battles of the sage deathmatch over? The crowd was filled with emotions. However, at this moment, there was an extremely terrifying aura fluctuation between heaven and earth. Under their feet, the ground rolled and a terrifying array formation was formed. It shrouded everyone. At the same time, many figures appeared in the sky. Their auras were terrifying. Who is it? It's not a trap. Everyone roared. Damn it, run. These people went crazy in an instant. Lin Xian's pupils constricted. He stared at those people in the sky. They were the killers of the mortal world. Oh no, we're in danger. Lin Xian's expression became extremely ugly. This time, there were many killers, and there was an extremely terrifying killing array here. Why didn't they sense it before? In an instant, those killers attacked crazily. Together with the terrifying killing array, some people died in an instant. Blood dyed the ground red. Everyone inside was attacked, whether it was the Golden Crow race, the 10,000 Swords Pavilion, or Yuquan, and the others, they were all hunted down. In fact, even the bystanders were mercilessly killed by them. Lin Xian and Murong Qingqing were the focus of attention. In an instant, 10 killer saints charged towards them. Buzz. Lin Xian punched in all directions, forcing those killer saints to retreat. At the same time, the Linglong Pagoda in Murong Qingqing's hand shone brightly. The two great demon saints kept attacking to protect Lin Xian's safety. The slovenly Taoist master roared and attacked as well. A great battle broke out. It was extremely intense and chaotic. The slovenly Taoist master not only protected Lin Xian, but he also wanted to protect everyone. This was because he used the gourd to release monstrous flames to defend himself. The mortal world wanted to kill all of them. It was too terrifying. Moreover, the Heavenly Law Alliance had received the news in advance. What was even more strange was that this happened after the peacock race had left. Lin Xian's mind was racing as he attacked the enemies. He felt that it was too strange, especially the princess of the peacock race. She became a saint as soon as she left. If it was a coincidence, then his luck was too good. Moreover, she had helped Murong Qingqing and killed Jianchen. He also felt that it was inconceivable. He smelled the scent of a conspiracy. Could it be that this peacock race's Princess Saixia had some connection with the mortal world? Let's go. Lin Xian brought Murong Qingqing into the great sage pagoda. They broke through the killing arrays and killed their way out. The others also fled as the mortal world's assassins chased after them. Lin Xian's great sage pagoda was extremely terrifying. Together with the Linglong Pagoda in Murong Qingqing's hands, they tore apart all the pursuers. They left this world. Is Big Brother Xian leaving? Is he not going to care about those people in the mortal world? Lin Xian looked down. Forget it. The mortal world is too terrifying. We were able to kill our way out because of the saint artifacts in our hands. If not for the great sage pagoda, it would not have been easy for us to escape. Moreover, the Deity Tao Alliance has interfered in this matter. I think that with their strength, they should be able to suppress it. As expected, before they left, Lin Xian seemed to see a flood dragon descend from the sky and tear the entire array apart. He knew that it should be the flower tailor. With such an expert here, the mortal world's people should have retreated. Let's go back to Wushuang City. Lin Xian had been out for so long. It was time for him to return to Wushuang City. Chapter 4039. Peerless City. In Water Sky's city, Shibufan and the others came out of seclusion. After returning from planet Tianming, they had been digesting the treasures they had obtained. Today, they all came out. Lin Xian was back. Senior brother Lin. They surrounded him excitedly. During this period of time, not only did the news about Lin Xian not decrease, it actually increased. When they came out and found out, they were also extremely shocked. This must be senior brother Lin's wife. She's so beautiful. A lot of people looked at old Murong Qingqing, revealing a shocked expression. Murong Qingqing nodded and greeted them. Wang Xiaofeng gritted his teeth. Doesn't senior brother Lin already have senior sister Xin? He even has such a beautiful wife. Murong Qingqing spoke again. Oh yes, where's Qiu'er? Isn't she here? They were shocked. It seemed that Murong Qingqing knew about Xin Jingqiu. They seemed to be on good terms. It seemed that they had worried too much. These people looked at Lin Xian with envy in their eyes. I wonder what method senior brother Lin has to be able to pursue two peerless beauties at the same time. What a blessing. Wang Xiaofeng walked out and said, Senior sister Xin hasn't returned yet. Lin Xian said, I was with Qiu'er. She has something to do. I think she'll be back after she's done. All right, stop crowding around here. Hurry up and go cultivate. When the time comes, we'll go create a new world together. The people around them went back. Lin Xian brought Murong Qingqing back to his cultivation ground. As the head disciple, the residence he had was much better than the others. After returning, the two of them had a good rest. On this day, a figure appeared. Murong Qingqing, who was admiring the flowers in the courtyard, was stunned. Fu Hongye was also stunned. This must be the saintess of Kunlun Pavilion. I'm Fu Hongye. I'm here to look for junior brother Lin. Morong Chingcheng nodded. Lin Xian walked out from inside. Senior brother Fu, you're here? I won't disturb you, right? If you're busy, I'll come find you later. As he spoke, he looked at Morong Chingcheng. Morong Chingcheng blushed. Lin Xian said that he wouldn't delay. Oh, right, I have golden crow meat here. You can take half of it. Lin Xian handed over a storage ring. Fu Hongye's eyes lit up. Junior brother, you're really something. Fu Hongye had eaten the golden crow meat before and was still thinking about how to get some. She didn't expect Lin Xian to give it to her. Then I'll accept it without hesitation. He took it and said, Master wants to see you. Junior brother Lin, you have a high chance of becoming the next direct disciple. Upon hearing this, Lin Xian was stunned. Fu Hongye's master was the owner of Peerless City, the Peerless Saint King. If the Peerless Saint King wanted to see him, could it be that he wanted to accept him as his direct disciple? After hearing this, the core disciples who lived in the surrounding area all stuck their heads out and exclaimed, Is senior brother Lin going to become a direct disciple? That's really worth celebrating. With senior brother Lin's strength and status, it was only a matter of time before he became a direct disciple. They were really envious of him. The status of a direct disciple was even higher than that of a chief disciple. That was because he was the disciple of the Saint King. Of course, there were only 3 generations of disciples in Peerless City. Of the 3 chief disciples, only Lin Xian wasn't a direct disciple now. However, it seemed that he would become one soon. Chingcheng, you can cultivate here first. I'll go with senior brother Fu. Then Lin Xian followed Fu Hongye and flew into the depths of Peerless City. Peerless City was very big. Fu Hongye even had to take him through 2 teleportation portals to reach their destination. There was a light screen in front of them. Let's go in. Fu Hongye led Lin Xian through the light screen. In the next moment they walked in. Lin Xian realized that there was a different world inside the light screen. There were birds chirping and flowers fragrant. It was like a celestial paradise. In front of a waterfall, there was a figure standing. Lin Xian looked over and realized that it was a young man who looked to be about 16 or 17 years old. He had a handsome face and a pair of clear eyes. There was a supreme spiritual aura in them. Who is this? Could it be that he's also a direct disciple? Lin Xian was stunned. He didn't know that there was such a genius in Peerless City. Just by looking at the other party's temperament, he was probably an incredible genius. He didn't know. What kind of person was the Peerless Holy King? His master had already arrived. Fu Hongye walked forward and said respectfully to the 16 or 17-year-old young man. Lin Xian's eyes widened. His jaw was about to drop. Oh my God, did he hear wrongly? Fu Hongye also called the kid in front master. This young, delicate, and adorable youth was actually the Peerless Saint King. Lin Xian felt that he was about to faint, because in his imagination, unparalleled Holy King should be a majestic middle-aged man with a majestic gait. He didn't expect him to be so young. Of course, he knew that the Peerless Holy King only looked young on the surface. He was definitely an old monster who had lived for thousands of years. However, for a powerhouse who was thousands of years old to have such a childish appearance, it seemed that he still had a child's heart. The Peerless Holy King turned around and looked at Lin Xian with a faint smile. Fu Hongye said, Junior brother Lin, what are you looking at? Hurry up and greet the Holy King. Lin Xian came back to his senses and quickly cupped his fists. Greetings, Senior Holy King. Fu Hongye also said, Master, Junior brother Lin might have lost his composure because it's his first time meeting the Holy King. The handsome young man waved his hand, as if he didn't care. Hongye, you can leave first. Yes. Fu Hongye respectfully left the mystical secret realm. Only Lin Xian and the Peerless Holy King were left. There were sounds of birds and beasts chirping, and the sound of the waterfall. The peerless Holy King had his hands behind his back. Although he looked young, there was a deep light in his eyes. One could tell that he was an overlord of the astral boundary, a supreme existence. He walked around Lin Xian 3 times and kept nodding his head. Looking at Lin Xian, he felt goosebumps. Damn, what is this peerless Holy King doing? What is he thinking? Did I really anger him just now? I wonder why the Holy King is looking for me. Lin Xian took a deep breath and asked in a deep voice. The peerless Holy King clapped his hands and laughed. Good, good, good. He said the word good 3 times in a row, his eyes filled with satisfaction. Hearing this, Lin Xian also heaved a sigh of relief. It seemed that the peerless Holy King had a good impression of him. I wonder if the Holy King summoned me here because he wants to accept me as his personal disciple, he asked with a smile. Lin Xian felt that it was very likely to be the case. However, the peerless Holy King shook his head. No, I can't accept you as my personal disciple. Chapter 40. Can't? Lin Xian was also stunned. What did he mean? If he wasn't going to take him in, why did he call him here? Seeing Lin Xian's puzzled expression, peerless Holy King smiled. I won't take you in as my disciple because I can't, because you're my junior brother. What? Lin Xian was completely stunned. Junior brother? How did he become peerless Holy King's junior brother? He had never seen peerless Holy King before. Aren't you the disciple of the Wine Sword Immortal? I'm the disciple of the Wine Sword Immortal. You're the disciple of the Wine Sword Immortal. Lin Xian was completely stunned. The Wine Sword Immortal was also Lord Alcohol. Lin Xian was indeed Lord Alcohol's disciple, but he had never thought that Lord Alcohol had other disciples. And this disciple was actually peerless Holy King. Isn't this too unbelievable? Lin Xian had never thought that he would have another senior brother, and a Holy King at that. Little junior brother, come with me. Peerless Holy King waved his hand, and Lin Xian walked forward. He still felt like he was in a dream. However, after hearing peerless Holy King's explanation, Lin Xian gradually understood that this was indeed Lord Alcohol's disciple. That meant that he was really his senior brother. No wonder he couldn't take him in as a disciple. Master, how are you doing? Peerless Holy King asked. Lin Xian sighed. I haven't seen him in a long time. The last time I saw him, he seemed to have recovered a little. The two chatted for a long time, and peerless Holy King said, although I'm only your senior brother, I can teach you any martial arts problem. As long as I know it, I won't hold back. But there's one thing. This identity can't be made public for now. Other than the two of us knowing it, you have to act like how you were before. Okay, I understand. Lin Xian nodded. All right, junior brother, let me see your current strength. Peerless Holy King smiled and stood up. Show me your laws. Lin Xian displayed the 5 elemental law, the law of death, the law of sun, and the law of sword. Peerless Sage King was shocked when he saw it. With your current strength, killing ordinary early minor saints shouldn't be a problem at all. However, your laws can still be improved. A supreme sacred ruler was a sacred ruler. His comprehension of nomological laws far surpassed Lin Xian's. Therefore, with his guidance, Lin Xian corrected some of his mistakes. His understanding of nomological laws became even more profound. Peerless Saint King could give some pointers on the sword Tao, but he could not give any pointers on the divine body. The 9-yang divine body was rare in the world, so Lin Xian had to figure it out himself. Fortunately, he had the divine body inheritance. As long as he had enough resources and opportunities, he would be able to improve his 9-yang divine body. Little junior brother, take this jade pendant with you. You can come to my mystic realm directly at any time. For the next month, Lin Xian spent his time cultivating in the secret realm. After a month, he left temporarily. Outside, Fu Hongye was still waiting. Seeing Lin Xian come out, Fu Hongye smiled. Junior brother Lin, how is it? Have you become a personal disciple? Lin Xian shook his head. No. How was that possible? Fu Hongye didn't believe it. With Lin Xian's talent, he was probably stronger than him. How could he not become a personal disciple? Lin Xian said, My reason is very special. It's because I had a master before. I promised him that I would take him as my master for the rest of my life. Therefore, I won't take any other master. The sacred ruler understood this very well. That's why he said that I don't have to take him as my master, but he can teach me. So that's the reason. Fu Hongye was surprised when he heard it. However, he also said that since he could be a master, then it's about right for him to be a personal disciple. Then the two of them left. Lin Xian returned to his mansion. You're back. Murong Qingcheng walked out and asked, How is it? Lin Xian said, Do you know, I still feel like I'm in a dream. He walked in and told Murong Qingcheng. Murong Qingcheng was also surprised when he heard it. Unparalleled sacred ruler was Lord Jiu's disciple. That meant that he was Lin Xian's senior brother. Lin Xian nodded. Was it a dream? It was indeed a dream. Murong Qingcheng was also surprised. Oh, right, Qingcheng, this matter has to be kept a secret for now. In the following days, Lin Xian had nothing to do, so he went to the Wushuang secret realm. He could even take Murong Qingcheng with him. That was because his identity was not ordinary. Unparalleled sacred ruler naturally had no objections. In fact, he was very happy. There were many sacred places for cultivation in the Wushuang secret realm. Lin Xian had tried them all. Some of them were surprisingly effective, but of course, they were also very dangerous. There was a bloody path, and Lin Xian was seriously injured inside. Oh, right, junior brother, I haven't given you a greeting gift since I told you about the situation the last time we met. This time, senior brother will give you a greeting gift. What greeting gift? Lin Xian was surprised. How could the sacred ruler's greeting gift be bad? Enter the waterfall. Lin Xian walked into the waterfall. In the next moment, he found a cave inside. After entering, he sat down cross-legged. Then, she felt an endless amount of pure energy rushing towards her from all directions. The energy was too strong, but it was not violent at all. It was unusually gentle. It allowed him to absorb it safely. Lin Xian was overjoyed. He was too shocked. Did senior brother want his cultivation to reach the next level? This was really a huge gift. He was already at the late stage of the fifth heaven. If he reached the next level, he would be at the sixth heaven of the sage realm. In other words, he would enter the small saint realm. Was he finally going to enter this realm? He stabilized his mind and broke through with all his might. Outside, peerless sacred ruler shouted coldly. Lin Xian quickly came back to his senses and did not dare to think too much. His eyes shone with a piercing light as he quickly absorbed the energy. 3 days and 3 nights later, an extremely terrifying aura came from inside. With a loud boom, the void in all directions trembled nonstop. With a long roar, Lin Xian flew out of the waterfall. His body was shining brightly, and his sword qi was monstrous. At this moment, his aura was countless times stronger than before. Because he had reached the early stage of the sixth heaven of the sage realm, small saint, he had finally become a small saint. His strength was much stronger than before. Previously, he could kill people at the early stage of the sixth heaven. Now he had reached this realm. Ordinary experts of the same level were no match for him at all, unless it was an extremely terrifying genius like him. Only then would they be able to fight him. Otherwise, with his strength, it would not be a problem for him to kill ordinary saints at the middle stage of the sixth heaven. Even now, Lin Xian was confident that he could fight against the Sky Prides on the Pilgrim Roll. Yuquan, A piercing light appeared in his eyes. After entering the small saint realm, it seemed like he would have to fight with his opponent. Chapter 40-41. Brother Xian, you've finally broken through. Murong Qingcheng also smiled. Her beautiful smile made the surroundings lose their luster. The unparalleled Sage King nodded in satisfaction, as expected of the nine-yang divine body and the dragon sword soul. If it were someone else, they would be able to break through 2 or 3 realms in a row. However, you've only broken through 1 realm. This shows that you have great potential. Junior brother, stabilize your realm first. Half a month later, you can go to Qingshui planet. Hearing this, Lin Xian was stunned. What else was there if he went to Qingshui planet? You should have heard of the legend of Qingshui planet. Back then, Duan Qingshan was a sage king. Legend has it that he came from Qingshui planet. After he grew old, he lived in seclusion on Qingshui planet. Therefore, there was a family on Qingshui planet called the Qingshan family. They should be the descendants of Duan Qingshan. This time, the leader of the Qingshan family is going to celebrate his 3,000th birthday. You can represent me to attend. Okay, I got it. Next, Lin Xian cultivated in the unparalleled secret realm for another half a month to completely stabilize his realm. Then, he and Murong Qingcheng got up. After experiencing the assassination in the human world, Qingshui planet was originally quiet. However, it was lively again these few days. The powerhouses and geniuses of the holy city rushed over again. The people on Qingshui planet were in an uproar. Rumor has it that there is a Qingshan family in Qingshui planet. They are the descendants of the Sage King. However, they usually hide in the mountains and lakes and can't be found at all. It seemed that these people from the holy city were here to celebrate the birthday this time. Indeed, ordinary people weren't qualified to go to such a place. Only the geniuses of the holy city and some terrifying powerhouses were qualified to enter. In the void, a stream of light streaked across, and then 2 figures appeared. They were back again. Murong Qingcheng's beautiful eyes flickered. She was very emotional, because not long ago they had experienced a life and death battle here. Now they were back again. Lin Xian looked around and saw many terrifying figures flying into the distance. He was puzzled. It was really surprising. Logically speaking, Duan Qingshan was already a figure from tens of thousands of years ago. He had already fallen long ago, and there were no saint kings among his descendants. Was such a clan worth such a big fuss? It was indeed very strange. There should be some hidden secrets. We'll know when we get there. The 2 of them flew into the distance. Everyone had only one goal, which was the Green Mountain Tribe. Therefore, the further they flew, the more they gathered together. Lin Xian could also feel the terrifying auras of the people around him. There were even many elders among them. They passed through many mountains. In the endless mountain range, he found a mature one. This should be the Green Mountain Tribe, hidden in the mountains. Lin Xian looked around. At first, it was just a city deep in the mountains. It was nothing special, but the more he sensed it, the more he realized that this city was not ordinary. There was a mysterious aura around it. On top of the city walls, there were profound Dao runes. Although they had been damaged by the passage of time, they were still incomparably terrifying. This was an ancient city that had existed for tens of thousands of years. Could it be that Duan Qingshan had personally built a city for his descendants? The geniuses of the other sacred cities were also shocked. To be honest, they were also disdainful of such a clan. They were just a declining clan. If it were not for the request of their elders, they would not have come. However, at this moment, in front of this Green Mountain city, their expressions changed. Their expressions were solemn. It seemed that they had underestimated the Green Mountain Tribe. Just the city walls alone were enough to make them feel like they were facing a great enemy. Therefore, They also stopped looking down on the Green Mountain tribe and began to take this sage king clan seriously. Let's go. A powerful sage took a deep breath and took the lead to fly into the distance. They landed one after another. In the face of such a terrifying city, no one dared to fly in directly. They could only come down and submit their invitations and then be brought in. Lin Xian and Morong Qingcheng also landed. In this place, these arrogant and unruly powerhouses actually lined up in a line without the slightest bit of noise. They must have been shocked by the terror of this city. At the entrance, there were 2 lines of 20 people. They were guarding there. They carefully checked their identities, then cupped their fists and entered the city. These 20 guards were not ordinary either. They were all sages of the 5th heaven, and each of them had outstanding talents. Moreover, they seemed to be very young. They looked to be about 500 years old. This Green Mountain tribe was incredible. Although they kept a low profile, their foundation was terrifying. Lin Xian thought about it and felt that it was a little similar to the heavenly demon tribe. Those were all terrifying inheritances, but there was no new sage king. Although it might be a little weaker than the sacred city, it was much more powerful than the other major clans. Just their foundation alone was incomparable. It's you. Just then, a roar rang out, and in the next moment, countless sword lights. This caused the entire world to tremble violently. The only quiet place was Green Mountain City. In front of them, the expressions of the surrounding sages changed drastically. What a terrifying sword chi! It was the people of the 10,000 Swords Pavilion. Morong Qingcheng, how dare you kill my chief disciple? Die. And Yulin Wudi, die too. The elders of the 10,000 Swords Pavilion were filled with murderous intent when they saw this scene. The surrounding people were shocked. Lin Wudi and Morong Qingcheng, the 2 of them were here too? Previously, they were shocked by Green Mountain City and forgot to pay attention to other things. They did not expect the 2 of them to be among them. The 2 of them still dared to come. One should know that the previous life and death battle was witnessed by countless people. In their opinion, these 2 young people would not appear in front of everyone for a short period of time. But they did not expect them to see through it. Lin Wudi, prepare to die. On the other side, the people of the Golden Crow tribe also rushed over. The 2 sides of the sacred city, Lin Xian and Morong Qingcheng, were firmly surrounded. How dare you? Who allowed you to fight here? The 20 guards in front shouted coldly. They struck out, the long spears in their hands uniformly piercing the void. A terrifying aura fluctuated. Although there were only 20 of them in the 5th heaven, they were not afraid in the face of these small saints, because they were from the Green Mountain tribe. Please forgive us. We have some private matters to attend to. Don't worry, we won't disturb Green Mountain City, the elder of the 10,000 Swords Pavilion said. On the other side, the people of the Golden Crow tribe also said that they would bring the 2 of them out of this space. Hearing this, the 20 guards withdrew their long spears, looking indifferent. Kid, have you thought about how you want to die? The people of the 2 sacred cities sneered. Chapter 4042. Lin Xian snorted coldly. You want to attack me? Jianchen is dead. The 6th Golden Crow Prince is also dead. Have you chosen a new crown prince and chief disciple? If you have, let them come and have a death match with me. Otherwise, get out of my sight. You're courting death. I'll kill you today. A golden crow? The elder roared and descended from the sky. In an instant, he arrived in front of Lin Xian. With a wave of his hand, the true sun flame instantly enveloped Lin Xian. The surrounding void collapsed. In an instant, the true sun flame was truly too terrifying. It caused the surrounding people to turn pale. This is an expert of the older generation. He's even stronger than the 6th Golden Crow Prince. Can Lin Xian resist him? Lin Xian snorted coldly. He stretched out his golden hand and grabbed all the true sun flame in his palm. Then he struck out with his palm. This time, the true sun flame flew out. Along with it, the 9 suns' divine flame intertwined and shot towards the elder of the Golden Crow race. With a loud bang, the elder was pushed back 3 steps. His arm hung limply by his side. He was dumbfounded and speechless. Not only was his opponent able to block his attack, but he was also able to force him back. The others were also in an uproar. This kid's strength had become stronger again. Damn it, we must kill him. These people's eyes were red. It had only been a few months, but his strength had become stronger again. If this continued, he would break through to the minor saint realm very soon. They could not let this person be arrogant and grow stronger. In an instant, the people of the Golden Crow race and the Wand Sword Pavilion were ready to attack. Lin Xian snorted coldly. Who dares to attack? He took out a token and said coldly, "This time, I'm here to represent the unparalleled Saint King in the birthday banquet. Whoever touches me will be challenging the unparalleled Saint King." His cold voice echoed in all directions. Everyone was in an uproar. His identity was too extraordinary. The people of the Wand Sword Pavilion sneered. What qualifications does a 3rd-generation disciple have? The Golden Crow race's people didn't believe it either. The others were also shocked. That's right. If one were to represent the Sage King, then it should be the 1st-generation disciple, Linghu Chui Xue, or the 2nd-generation disciple, Fu Hongya. How could it be Lin Wudi, the 3rd-generation disciple? Lin Xian snorted coldly. Open your dog eyes and take a good look. This is an unparalleled order. Everyone carefully forgot about it, and then gasped for breath. They could sense the aura of a Sage King from the token. It really was the Sage King's token. Furthermore, it was a personal token. Damn it, did the other party really represent the Saint King? Lin Wudi was valued to such an extent. Could it be that he had already become a personal disciple? All kinds of thoughts flashed across their minds. What? Do you still dare to make a move? Lin Xian looked at the people from the 10,000 Swords Pavilion and the Golden Crow tribe. The faces of these 2 powerhouses from the holy cities turned extremely ugly. Although they were strong, they did not dare to provoke the Sage King. Humph! The people from the 10,000 Swords Pavilion snorted and withdrew their swords. Brat, consider yourself lucky this time. The next time I see you, I'll definitely kill you. As they said that, they walked in. On the other side, the people from the Golden Crow tribe also said, "You won't be so lucky every time." The battle ended just like that. Lin Xian took out the unparalleled order, which shocked the people of Green Mountain City. They had heard of Lin Wudi's name before, but in such a situation with so many elders and seniors present, Lin Wudi was a rising star and could not attract their attention at all. Even if he was the chief disciple, it would not work because there were too many chief disciples present this time. But now that the other party took out the Sage King order, it was different. This was a representative of the Sage King. Such a status was completely above those people. Hence, they even sent their elders to welcome him personally. They invited Lin Xian and Murong Qingqing in. The 2 elders came together and invited them in respectfully. This was too grand. Many people's eyes turned red. They did not receive such treatment. Even these older generation figures did not receive such treatment. A young junior had surpassed them, but there was no other way. After all, he had the unparalleled order. After entering, Lin Xian saw many people in the city. There were people from the Green Mountain tribe, and also people from the Second Galaxy, the big families, and the Sacred City. It was really lively inside. In this Green Mountain City was a huge city. It was very spacious inside. The mansion they were going to this time was at the center of Green Mountain City. The 2 elders flanked Lin Xian and Murong Qingqing and introduced them to the buildings and palaces. These buildings and palaces seemed to have a history. Lin Xian was very surprised after hearing this. Murong Qingcheng, who was next to him, also blinked curiously. At this moment, 5 claps of thunder sounded in the distance. The 2 elders' faces changed. Lin Xian asked, "What's going on?" The 2 elders said that a holy venerate level great figure had come. "Both of you, please forgive us for not treating you well. We have to go and entertain the sacred venerable." The 2 elders had an apologetic look on their faces. "It's okay. Please go ahead. Elders." Lin Xian cupped his fists. Anyway, they already knew the location of the mansion. Besides, the 2 of them had more freedom to wander around. The 2 elders left. Lin Xian even found that many elders in Green Mountain City had been dispatched. It seemed that they were going to welcome a great figure. Indeed, a sacred venerable was an existence above a little saint. He was a terrifying expert in the 7th heaven of the sage realm, second only to the sage king. Such a person would be the overlord of a region in the universe. In the holy city, they would also be elders or protectors with high authority. He was far from being comparable to an ordinary elder or other sage. The arrival of such a person was enough to cause a sensation. Sure enough, countless people in Green Mountain City also looked up. The next moment, they saw a majestic figure being respectfully invited in by countless elders. In an instant, he disappeared into the mansion in the distance. Is that a sacred venerable? It's so scary. I can feel an extremely terrifying aura from him. Not long after, another 5 thunderous sounds were heard. The second sacred venerable was also invited in. Lin Xian and Murong Qingcheng were also surprised. It seemed that many great figures had arrived. They wondered what was going on. Was it just to celebrate the birthday? In fact, everyone had doubts in their hearts. Lin Xian and Murong Qingcheng went on their way again. At this time, a voice was heard from afar. "By Shanchuan, don't blame me for being rude if you continue to follow me." The voice attracted the attention of countless people. Lin Xian and Murong Qingcheng also stopped and looked to the left. This was because the voice was extremely familiar. It was Sister Hongxiu. Murong Qingcheng was stunned. Even Lin Xian was stunned. Li Hongxiu was standing in front of them, but at this moment, her small face was a little pale. In front of her was a young man in a white robe. There were a few young geniuses beside him. It seemed that they were entangled. Chapter 40-43. What's going on? Lin Xian and Murong Qingcheng walked over immediately. "Hongxiu, are these people bothering you?" Lin Xian asked with a frown. Murong Qingcheng also asked, "Sister Hongxiu, do you want us to help you?" Both of them had teamed up to fight against the enemy in Roland's Golden Palace and had formed a strong friendship. "It's you guys," Li Hongxiu exclaimed when she saw the scene. The man in the white robe frowned. With an unfriendly look on his face, he shot Lin Xian a glance. However, when he saw Murong Qingcheng, his expression froze for a second, and then a trace of fire appeared in his eyes. What a stunning beauty! She was not inferior to Li Hongxiu. In fact, she was even more outstanding. He was dumbfounded. The geniuses around him were also dumbfounded, and their eyes burned with passion. Murong Qingcheng frowned when she saw the scene. Li Hongxiu snorted, and Bai Shanchuan came back to his senses. He was pursuing Li Hongxiu and could not be too interested in other beauties. However, Murong Qingcheng was too beautiful. Although he tried his best to restrain himself, he could not help but look in her direction. "Hongxiu, what's going on? Who are these guys?" Lin Xian asked coldly. Bai Shanchuan came back to his senses. "Humph, I'm asking you, who are they? Especially this brat. Who was he?" He had a strong sense of enmity towards him. This brat was actually able to walk together with such a peerless beauty. His heart was filled with jealousy, especially when he seemed to be on good terms with Li Hongxiu. He was going crazy with jealousy. Li Hongxiu, wanted to say something, but a smile suddenly appeared on her face. "She told me and you that he's her man. Are you unhappy? Speaking of this, she whispered a message to Morong Chingcheng. Sister Chingcheng, I need to borrow your man for a while. Lin Xian was stunned. Oh, my God. What's the meaning of this? Bai Shanchuan was even more stunned. This young man is Li Hongxiu's man? Are you kidding me? Why didn't you tell me before? Why should I tell you? Li Hongxiu snorted. Bai Shanchuan said, Hongxiu, stop acting. Your acting skills are not that good. How can you be a couple with him? At this point, he looked at Morong Chingcheng. His meaning was obvious. Morong Chingcheng grabbed Lin Xian's other arm and said with a smile, Can't the two of us like the same man? Hearing this, Bai Shanchuan almost spat out a mouthful of blood. The geniuses around him went crazy as well. F***CK. Two peerless beauties were actually taken by a man. Damn it! If looks could kill, they would have cut Lin Xian into 1,000 pieces. Lin Xian didn't know whether to laugh or cry when he felt himself being hugged by two women. However, he could tell that Bai Shanchuan was probably pestering Li Hongxiu, so he also said, That's right, both of them are my women. If you're not happy, come and bite me. Kid, do you want to die? Quickly let go of Hongxiu. Bai Shanchuan shouted angrily. A terrifying purple light appeared on his body. A terrifying aura spread out. This Bai Shanchuan was actually a minor saint. Moreover, his cultivation seemed to have reached the peak of the early stage of minor saint. That's right, kid, quickly kneel down and accept your death. What right do you have to have such peerless beauties? The people behind him roared crazily. Lin Xian narrowed his eyes. How dare you fight with me? Do you know who I am? I don't care who you are. How dare you snatch my women? I can only say that you're tired of living. Bai Shanchuan roared. The people around him were also stunned. Their expressions became extremely strange. It was Lin Wudi. Heavens, there's someone who dares to provoke Lin Wudi. Is that white-robed guy an idiot? He actually dares to provoke Lin Wudi. Sigh, he should be a retard. I don't think he can survive. Discussions broke out. Bai Shanchuan's lungs were about to explode when he heard that. These people didn't think highly of him, and even called him an idiot. Do you want to die? His gaze swept across the crowd. Those people were so frightened that they didn't dare to speak. However, there were still people who snorted coldly. You challenged Lin Wudi and said that we're courting death. Why don't you find out about Lin Wudi's battle record? Lin Xian said after hearing that. Did you hear that? I advise you not to fight. So, you're that Lin Wudi? Bai Shanchuan's face was cold. How could he not have heard of this name? He just didn't expect it to be this kid in front of him. So, what if you're Lin Wudi? Do you think that you can fight against me just because you killed a few young geniuses? Bai Shanchuan sneered. I'm not comparable to those young geniuses. I've been a minor saint for 80 years. Can you fight against me? Moreover, you dare to use the name of being invincible? You're really courting death. Bai Shanchuan faced Lin Xian without fear. Moreover, he was acting all high and mighty. The people around were shocked. Who is this person? Even the chief disciple isn't as arrogant as him. Yeah, he's not someone on the pilgrim list. If someone on the pilgrim list was so arrogant towards Lin Xian, it was understandable. But where did this man in white get his courage from? Lin Xian was also stunned. He looked at Li Hongxiu and asked, Who's this idiot? His name is Bai Shanchuan. He's from the Purple Void Temple. His grandfather is a Saint Venerable. He was just invited in. The grandson of a Saint Venerable. No wonder he's so arrogant. It seems like he dares to be so unscrupulous because his grandfather is here. When the others heard that, they felt their scalps go numb. They didn't dare to say anything else. His grandfather is a Saint Venerable. Moreover, he's in Qingshan City. They don't dare to provoke such a terrifying existence. No wonder he dares to provoke Lin Wudi. Lin Xian was also stunned after hearing that. Then he sneered disdainfully. So, this is a person who uses his grandfather's name to intimidate others. I thought you were some powerful genius. If your grandfather wasn't here, would you dare to be so arrogant? Bai Shanchuan was so angry that he wanted to vomit blood. How dare you question me? Kid, I want to duel with you. His eyes were red. He wanted to prove himself with his strength. I refuse. What if you can't beat me and bring out your grandfather? Lin Xian shook his head directly. Nonsense. I won't rely on my grandfather's name. I want to defeat you personally. Bai Shanchuan roared. You don't dare? Are you sure? Lin Xian's lips curled up into a smile. Of course I'm sure. Bai Shanchuan snorted. If I win, I'll disappear from the sight of these two beauties. Okay, I agree to your condition. But if I win, you'll disappear from Homeshio's sight too. You'll never pester her again. Hearing Lin Xian's words, Bai Shanchuan snorted coldly. Come, I'll show you how powerful I am. The sacred battle platform is in the distance. As he spoke, Bai Shanchuan walked forward. Lin Xian hugged the beauties on his left and right and followed him. The surrounding people were stunned. Is there going to be a battle? It's really unbelievable. They didn't expect that someone would dare to provoke Lin Xian after a life-and-death battle here a few months ago. Moreover, it was the grandson of a Saint Venerable. Chapter 40-44. Do you think Lin Wuti will dare to fight? That Saint Master is in the city. Who knows? Don't you know Lin Wuti's character? It doesn't matter if you're a Saint Master or the grandson of a Saint King. On the other side, Murong Qingqing frowned slightly. Brother Xian, hold back. Don't kill him. Otherwise, it'll be troublesome if that Saint Master comes. It's impossible for them to fight against a Saint Master with their current strength. Lin Xian nodded his head in agreement. Don't worry, I'll let him live for the sake of his grandfather. On the other side, in the Green Mountain Mansion, there was a magnificent hall. All the top experts were gathered there. He was either a powerful elder or a terrifying Saint Venerable. Among them, there was an old man in a cloud robe. His aura was terrifying. He was a Saint Master. He was Bai Shanchuan's grandfather, a powerful existence in the purple virtual palace. Sitting next to him was the chief elder of the Green Mountain sect. At this moment, the great elder seemed to have received the news. He was surprised. Oh, what's going on? The other Saint Masters asked. The great elder of the Green Mountain sect said, Taoist Bai, your grandson seems to be fighting with someone. Do you want me to send someone to stop him? Many Saint Masters looked at Saint Master Bai as soon as he said that. Saint Master Bai Shanchuan was also stunned. Who is Shanchuan going to fight with? I heard that it's Lin Wuti. Many people's eyes lit up. Are you talking about Lin Wuti from the Wushuang city? He just killed the 6th Prince of the Golden Crow not long ago. Why did he have a conflict with Bai Shanchuan? Discussions broke out one after another. Saint Master Bai was also stunned, but then he smiled. It's okay. Shanchuan's strength is above the 6th Prince of the Golden House. He's already at the peak of the 6th heaven. He's one step away from the intermediate small saint. His strength shouldn't be a problem. All right, let the younger generation solve their own problems. It seemed that Saint Master Bai was very confident in his grandson. The others nodded and didn't say anything. After all, no matter how terrifying Lin Wuti was, he was just a young junior to them. That was all. Even if the other party was extremely talented and could become a great sage in the future, or even in existence above the great sage, it would still be a matter of thousands of years later. News of the battle between Lin Xian and Bai Shanchuan quickly spread through Qingshan City. Many people gathered at the ancient ring. Bai Shanchuan stood in the ring and looked down. Brat, come on. I'll let you know the difference between us in this battle. Bai Shanchuan snorted. The surrounding people were discussing. Who was this person? He actually dared to challenge Lin Wuti. He was by Shanchuan. His grandfather was the lord, and he lived in the mansion. It turned out that he was someone with such a background. Moreover, his cultivation was already at the peak of the early stage of the sixth heavenly layer. Soon, he would enter the middle stage. He was even stronger than the sixth Golden Crow Prince. Perhaps he could really suppress Lin Wuti. No wonder he dared to fight with Lin Wuti. He was such a strong cultivator. Hearing the envious voices around him, Bai Shanchuan's lips curled into a smug smile. On the other side, Lin Xian also walked up to the ring. He was expressionless. "Let's start. I don't have time to play with you." "Play? Do you think I'm playing with you?" Bai Shanchuan's eyes flashed with killing intent. He instantly turned into a stream of light and leaped over. What a fast speed! The surrounding people exclaimed. Li Hongxiu also exclaimed, "Great void step. Brat, be careful." This is the unique skill of the purple virtual temple. The Great Void Step was extremely fast. In the blink of an eye, he was in front of Lin Xian. A palm came down from the sky. "You have some strength." Lin Xian's eyes lit up. He originally thought that this person was just relying on his grandfather's reputation. Now it seemed that he had some real skills. His strength was even above the Golden Crow Prince and Jian Chen. "Interesting. I'll use you to test my skills." Lin Xian had just broken through and wanted to give it a try. Now that he met such a strong cultivator, his blood was boiling. With a sway of his body, he dodged instantly like a kuenpeng. "Brat, do you think you can dodge in front of me?" Bai Shanchuan sneered and continued to use the Great Void Step. Lin Xian used the kuenpeng movement technique. The two of them were like two bolts of lightning shuttling back and forth in the arena. The surrounding people were stunned. They could not catch sight of the two of them at all. They could only see some afterimages. So fast. These two are too strong. Yes, if I were to fight with them, I would probably be killed instantly. Some of the geniuses from the sacred city were also sweating profusely. The older generation figures sighed as well. "We're old. There are new talents in every generation. We've been eliminated by the times." Humph. Purple Light Palm. Seeing that his opponent's speed was not inferior to his, Bai Shanchuan's face turned cold. His Great Void Step was extremely terrifying in terms of speed. He had never seen someone of the same level who was faster than him, not to mention someone whose cultivation level was lower than his. But now, his opponent's speed was not inferior to his at all. His opponent was even suppressing him. How could he tolerate this? Therefore, he did not want to compete with his opponent in terms of speed. Instead, he attacked abruptly. His palm stretched out towards the void. In his palm, countless purple light principles filled the air. Then, it formed a purple light that shrouded the entire arena. Every ray of light was like a peerless heavenly blade. It carried an unusually cold chi. With this palm, his opponent would not be able to escape, no matter how fast he was. Another unique skill. Many people exclaimed. They could see that the purple light was equally terrifying. He's indeed the grandson of the Lord. Looks like he's been trained by the Lord all these years. His strength is too strong. I feel that this Bai Shanchuan can fight against a middle minor saint expert. Indeed, Lin Wuti has met his match. What a terrifying palm technique. Lin Xian was also surprised. However, he snorted and threw out a punch. A fist bloomed with radiance, emitting an incomparable radiance along with the sun. The two of them continued to clash. Every clash was earth-shattering. After 4 rounds, Bai Shanchuan's face became extremely solemn. To be honest, although they had not exchanged many blows, his opponent's technique had shocked him. He realized that his purple light palm could not do anything to his opponent. His opponent's fist seemed to be able to pierce through the sky. "Damn it. I don't believe that I can't do anything to you." Bai Shanchuan gritted his teeth and roared. He retracted his hand and did not use the purple light palm again. Instead, he kept forming seals. The seals were formed very quickly. He formed thousands of seals in a row. Damn it, is this the legendary flipping sky seal? Bai Shanchuan already knows this unique skill. Chapter 40-45. As soon as the voice came out, many people's faces changed drastically. This was a peerless divine power. Legend had it that it could even overturn the sky. However, it was very difficult to cultivate this kind of divine power. Legend had it that not many people in the Purple Void Temple knew it. Most of them were elders. Among those young people, no one had heard of anyone who could use the overturning sky seal. They did not expect Bai Shanchuan to be able to use the overturning sky seal. Kid, let's see how you'll die this time. Bai Shanchuan's lips curled into a cold smile. Not good, Li Hongxiu exclaimed. Murong Qingcheng also frowned. Lin Xian's face also froze. What a terrifying aura. His body swayed, and he instantly punched out. His entire arm seemed to have turned into a golden dragon, rushing forward. Block it for me. Bai Shanchuan opened his mouth and spat out a huge mountain, blocking in front of him. The mountain lawn, it was very terrifying. However, it exploded in an instant. Not only that, the fist directly smashed into his hand, sending him flying. With a crack, his arms turned into a bloody mist. A miserable sound came, and he vomited a large mouthful of blood. Was it broken? Many people screamed. The older generation figures were also stunned. They did not expect the overturning sky seal to be broken by Lin Wudi before it could form. Damn kid, how dare you break my divine power? Bai Shanchuan covered his wound and gritted his teeth. Lin Xian sneered. You're too slow in forming seals. You didn't even make a move. You'll probably be defeated. This time, I'm giving face to your grandfather. Otherwise, I would have destroyed your soul with that blow. The people of the Purple Void Temple also became extremely frightened. They did not expect young Master Bai to be defeated. Damn it. How could this be? Young Master Bai, are you all right? Damn Lin Wudi, how dare you hurt our young Master Bai? Do you want to die? They quickly kowtowed and apologized. These people roared crazily. Humph! Lin Xian snorted coldly. These people held their heads and screamed. They were instantly attacked by the eye technique. They were bleeding from their 7 orifices. So powerful. The others were terrified, no longer daring to clamor. You have lost this battle. Disappear from Hongxiu's sight. Lin Xian said coldly. On the other side, Bai Shanchuan struggled to stand up. His somewhat handsome face became extremely ferocious. Damned brat, I haven't lost yet. You were the one who launched a sneak attack. Now, you can go to hell for me. As he spoke, he formed another seal with his hands. A small seal flew out from between his eyebrows. It was a palm made of jade. It was very exquisite and very small. As soon as it appeared, it grew bigger with the wind. Bai Shanchuan spat out a mouthful of blood on it, then shouted angrily, Sky-flipping seal, die for me. What's going on? Everyone was stunned. Wasn't the other party's overturning sky seal already broken? Do you still want to use it? No, Bai Shanchuan's speed was too slow. If it were someone else, he might have succeeded. But Lin Wudi's speed was too fast. He didn't give his opponent any time to react. Those experts shook their heads. But soon, they said no. They realized that Bai Shanchuan didn't form any seals at all. And the small jade hand that he spat out suddenly grew bigger. That hand formed a seal. It was like a huge seal that slammed down from the sky. Seeing that seal, someone screamed. That was the overturning sky seal. How was that possible? How could he use it without forming a seal? What was that? Some of the older experts screamed. They used the overturning sky seal in advance, condensing it with a powerful treasure and fusing it with their power. It was a life-saving technique that could be used directly at a critical moment. What the overturning sky seal that the sacred master used was fused with the sacred artifact? The surrounding people were all stunned. "Oh no, Brother Xian," Murong Qingcheng also exclaimed. "That wasn't by Shanchuan's power at all. That was the power of the sacred master. Damn it, how dare you cheat?" Li Hongxiu was also angry. "Kid, retreat." There was no need to fight with him anymore. He had already lost. It was too late. Bai Shanchuan sneered and locked onto Lin Xian. Lin Xian felt a fatal danger. Was that the real overturning sky seal? Buzz. He roared angrily, and a dragon-shaped sword soul instantly appeared in his hand. With a roar, endless light shone so brightly that everyone could not open their eyes. Meanwhile, he waved the dragon-shaped sword chi and slashed down, colliding with the overturning sky seal in the sky. Boom, 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 boom. Everyone kept retreating. However, many people shook their heads. "It's over. Lin Wuti is dead for sure this time. I didn't expect Bai Shanchuan to have such a trump card. No one below the sacred master level can resist it, let alone Lin Wuti. After all, that was a life-saving treasure." But soon, they were stunned. That was because they discovered that the cyclic sky seal had been sliced apart by the sword. The cyclic sky seal in the sky had been split into two. Bai Shanchuan also vomited blood and was sent flying. A crack appeared between his brows and spread all the way to his stomach. The crack was getting bigger and bigger, and his entire body was dyed red with blood. Bai Shanchuan screamed in horror. How was that possible? His opponent had broken his overturning sky seal and injured him. That was unbelievable. That was a life-saving treasure that his grandfather had personally given to him. How could his opponent have broken it? The others were also stunned. They didn't expect Bai Shanchuan to be the one to lose, and his life might even be in danger. The dragon-shaped sword shadow in the sky was still descending. It seemed that Bai Shanchuan was going to die soon. At the same time, in the mansion of Qingshan City, the sacred masters and martial venerables were chatting and talking about martial arts. All of a sudden, Saint Bai spoke up through Kongmeng. A jade pendant on his waist suddenly shattered. "Oh no, Shanchuan is in danger." With that, he tore open the void and disappeared. Boom. In the arena, Bai Shanchuan was in despair. He had lost his life-saving treasure. Was he really going to die? "Grandfather, save me," he screamed crazily. With a boom, a huge palm directly sent the dragon-shaped sword chi flying. Moreover, Lin Xian was also hit by the power. His pupils constricted. He used the void escape and instantly appeared in another space. Where Lin Xian was, the void shattered, and a black hole appeared that connected to the netherworld. Terrifying. That was the real overturning sky seal. Who was it? Was it a sacred master? Everyone screamed. Brother Xian, Murong Qingcheng, and Li Hongxiu were also extremely nervous. However, when they saw Lin Xian appear in another direction, they all heaved a sigh of relief. Lin Xian's face was extremely cold. If he didn't have the space divine ability and the heavenly secret divine eye, he would have been in danger. When a sacred master attacked, he could only dodge in advance. If he reacted and dodged again, he would definitely die. That should be Bai Shanchuan's grandfather, Sacred Master Bai, right? The other party was so ruthless. He had already broken the rules of the second astral realm. Chapter 4046. To think that the Purple Void Temple was so despicable that they dared to break the rules of the second astral boundary. Lin Xian's cold voice could be heard. The others felt their scalps go numb. Indeed, A sacred master was not allowed to attack anyone below the sacred master level. But the attack just now was obviously merciless. If Lin Xian was hit, he would definitely be smashed into pieces. How could you be so ruthless at such a young age? How dare you injure my grandson so severely? Sacred Master Bai's face was extremely cold, although he had blocked the attack just now. Bai Shanchuan's injury was beyond his expectation. The sword scar on his body was too terrifying. The aura left on it was so sharp that it shocked him. If Bai Shanchuan was alone, he would not be able to heal the sword scar. I'm ruthless? Lin Xian laughed. Do you think everyone is an idiot? Why don't you ask who was the one who used a forbidden weapon to kill me? You left the sky flipping seal for him, right? That's your power. Your grandson wanted to kill me. Why can't I fight back? Your grandson is despicable and shameless. Not only did you not educate him, you even protected him. In your eyes, you're even more despicable than your grandson. You actually want to kill a young genius. A crooked stick will have a crooked shadow. Sacred Master Bai was so angry that his nose was crooked. He was a sacred master. Who dared to provoke him? But this brat in front of him actually acted so recklessly. Space tore open, and the other holy venerates appeared. When they saw this scene, their expressions sank as well. Because they were sacred masters, they had to protect the dignity of sacred masters. Young man, you've gone too far. Didn't your sacred city teach you how to respect your elders? One of them said coldly, Humph, I respect true heroes. As for those despicable and shameless people who attack young geniuses, I despise them no matter how high their cultivation is. Good, good, good. Today, I'll represent Wushuang City to teach you a lesson. Sacred Master Bai was so angry that he laughed. He waved his hand, and the sky-flipping seal was thrown out again. The surrounding people went crazy. If this attack continued, Lin Xian would at least be half dead. His body and soul would probably be destroyed. Lin Wuyi was too arrogant. That's right. Normally, it was fine for him to go against those young geniuses. But now, he actually dared to disregard the sacred venerables. He was afraid that he wouldn't have a good ending. The other holy venerates did the same, watching coldly. They also felt that the other party was too arrogant and needed to be properly suppressed. Fight me! Look at what this is. Lin Xian took out the Wushuang token again. He didn't dodge at all. The unparalleled medallion blossomed with light, and a voice sounded from within. What? You dare to make a move against me? Accompanying him was a young man who looked to be around 15 or 16 years old. As soon as he appeared, he gave off an extremely terrifying aura. Wang, the cataclysmic seal in the sky, was instantly shattered by the youth's palm. Not only that, but one of Saint White's arms had also exploded into a bloody mist. Ah! He screamed miserably, his face pale. His holy blood pierced through heaven and earth. Oh, my heavens! What's going on? Hundreds Saint Venerables are injured. This was impossible, right? The surrounding people were all dumbfounded. The eyelids of the other holy venerates twitched wildly. A wave of fear gushed out from the bottom of their hearts. The holy king's phantom. They looked at the handsome youth in front of them, and their faces became extremely solemn. The others also looked over. Holy king! This young man is actually a holy king. Could he be the unparalleled holy king? Everyone knew that there was a holy king in every holy city, but only a few had actually seen a holy king. Hence, they didn't know that the holy king looked so young. What? Are you going to make a move against the people of Wushuang City? The unparalleled holy king's phantom asked after he came out. Holy King White quickly say, I wouldn't dare. This is a misunderstanding. My grandson is useless and offended the genius of Wushuang City. I'll punish him now. As he said that, he recovered his arm and slapped Bai Shanchuan's face. Slap. Bai Shanchuan's face was smashed, and he fell to the ground, wailing like a ghost. He couldn't believe that his grandfather would hit him so hard. Then Saint White looked at Lin Xian and said with a smile, "Forgive me, young master. I was just playing with you just now." Humph. Lin Xian sneered. Playing with me? If he didn't have the Wushuang token, he would have been killed. As expected, the unparalleled Holy King's phantom sneered. Playing with me? Then I'll play with you too. Take my attack. Saint White was scared, out of his wits when he heard that. Although it was just a phantom, he was still a Holy King. His means were not something that he could withstand. Hence he quickly said, "Holy King, please calm down. I won't dare to make a move against Wushuang City again. Lin Gongzi, please forgive me for my mistake, Lin Gongzi." A Holy King was so powerful that countless elders of the Green Mountain tribe would welcome him personally when he arrived. However, at this moment, he was bowing down in front of Lin Xian, coupled with the fact that he was so arrogant. It was quite ironic. Seeing that Lin Xian was unmoved, Saint White gritted his teeth and looked at Bai Shanchuan. "It's all your fault, you little bastard. How dare you offend Lin Gongzi? Get over here. I'll beat you to death today." He immediately conjured a whip of the law and whipped Bai Shanchuan's body. Bai Shanchuan's skin and flesh were torn apart. After a few thousand whips, Bai Shanchuan was beaten beyond recognition. His flesh was badly mutilated, but he was still breathing. Everyone's scalp went numb. This Saint White was really ruthless. He was so cruel to his own grandson. It seemed like Saint White was really scared. Lin Xian had a cold smirk on his face the entire time. This matter still depended on his senior brother. Seeing that, the unparalleled Holy King's phantom said, "Seeing that it's the birthday of the Green Mountain tribe, I'll spare your life today. If you dare to make a move against the people of Wushuang City again, I'll let you know what it means to live a life worse than death." After saying that, the unparalleled Holy King's phantom disappeared. Saint White's back was drenched in sweat. The other Saint Venerables were also sweating profusely. At this moment, the way they looked at Lin Xian had changed. Damn it! This kid is here on behalf of the unparalleled Holy King. His identity is really extraordinary. He's not any weaker than us. The people of the Green Mountain tribe were also stunned. A few elders quickly walked over and said, "This way, please. Please forgive us for not treating you well." They respectfully invited Lin Xian and his group in. The few Saint Venerables' faces were gloomy. They did not say a word and returned to the main hall. The surrounding people were in an uproar. It was really exciting. They reckoned that Bai Shanchuan would not dare to come out and show off in the future. They wanted to spread the news, but soon the people of the Purple Void Palace came over and warned them. Whoever dared to spread the news would be killed without mercy. These people knew that the Purple Void Palace would not let the news spread for the sake of a Saint Venerable's face. Hence, most people did not know about it. Only a small number of people who were watching the battle knew about it. But it was enough, because this time, the people who were intimidated were not ordinary saints, but Saint Venerables. Chapter 40-47. At this moment, these sacred Venerables and the elders of the Green Mountain tribe were all in awe of Lin Xian. Lin Xian and the rest felt uncomfortable being surrounded by a group of old monsters. Therefore, they found an excuse to leave the main hall after a while. After leaving, Li Hongxiu heaved a sigh of relief. "Great, I don't have to be bothered by that guy anymore. I have to thank you this time. It's nothing. Let's go. The scenery over there is pretty good. Let's go take a look." Lin Xian brought the two peerless beauties to play in the mansion. On the other side, the atmosphere in the main hall had eased up a little. They did not expect Lin Wudi to be so valued that he even brought the unparalleled order. They wondered if he had become a personal disciple. He should be, right? Although he was strong, he still needed a few hundred years to fully mature. Only by relying on the Wushuang token Can you fight against us? What they really wanted to see was the Pilgrim Board. It was said that there were a few geniuses who had the strength to make it to the Pilgrim Board. They wondered what kind of bloodbath would be stirred up for this board. That was not very likely. Although these rising stars were strong, it was still too difficult for them to make it to the Pilgrim Board. Every single person on that list was a world-shaking powerhouse. Someone else came. Suddenly, a sacred venerate looked into the distance. The other sacred venerables also stood up. It seemed like an old friend had come. They should go out and welcome him. Sure enough, another sacred venerate came. Green Mountain City was once again in an uproar. However, Lin Xian and the rest did not know that at this moment they were sitting in the pavilion, feeling the breeze and looking at the fish in the pond. They were very relaxed. Big Brother Jean, your swordsmanship is really too powerful. With your pointers, my swordsmanship actually improved again. That's right. In just 2 days, our swordsmanship has improved. It's really incredible. At this moment, a few excited voices came from the courtyard opposite the pond. Then, the voice of a young man rang out. You are all sword geniuses. I'm just giving you a little guidance. I'll teach you another move. Hurry up and take a look. It's the sword geniuses of the 10,000 Swords Pavilion teaching sword skills. Let's go and listen. Many people surrounded them. Among them, there were many people from the Qingshan clan. Oh, Lin Xian's brows twitched when he heard this. Myriad Swords Pavilion, Big Brother Jean. When did another expert appear in Jiana? To be honest, he had seen many sword saints, but there was only one that could enter his eyes, and that was Wan Jianyi. He didn't even take a liking to Jianchen, so why was there another genius in the way of the sword here? Let's go and have a look. Lin Xian, Morong Qingcheng, and Li Hongxue walked down from the pavilion. They walked on the water and crossed the pond. Then he walked to the courtyard next door. Many people had gathered in the courtyard next door. A young man and 3 people from the Qingshan clan were standing in front of them. A young girl and 2 young men. At this moment, he was incomparably excited. That man with a long sword on his back should be the so-called Big Brother Jean. Someone exclaimed from the side, Zhang Xiongfei. He didn't expect that he would come as well. He was a genius disciple from the previous generation. That's right. His strength had long reached the intermediate minor saint realm, and his sword skills were superb. His guidance would definitely be beneficial. Countless people were discussing. Lin Xian narrowed his eyes. A disciple from the previous generation of Myriad Swords Pavilion. No wonder. He should be about 500 years older than them. He was from the same generation as Fu Hongya. The young girl and the 2 young men were about 15 or 16 years old. Although they were young, their qi wasn't weak. They were both kings. As expected of a big clan, a 14 or 15-year-old king would be considered a top overlord in other worlds. The young girl's sword technique was a soft sword technique like a cool breeze. It was ethereal, but it was strange and tricky. It was like an antelope's horn that couldn't be seen clearly. At this moment, Zhang Xiongfei looked at this scene and nodded slightly. Not bad. However, the speed of her attack should be faster. Don't treat the sword as a weapon. Treat it as a part of your body. Treat it as your arm. Only then can you achieve the unity of man and sword better. Also, you have to change your state of mind. You have to imagine yourself as a gust of wind. What you practice is the wind sword skill. You have to integrate yourself into the sword skill. After hearing this, the young girl nodded. Although she didn't fully understand, she still did as she was told. As expected, her sword skill became more ethereal. This time, it was as if she couldn't see clearly. The surrounding geniuses exclaimed, as expected of Zhang Xiongfei. He could enlighten people with just a few words. Thank you, Big Brother Jean. The young girl was very happy. To be honest, according to age, Zhang Xiongfei was old enough to be the ancestor of these three young men. However, the status of the Green Mountain clan was high. Therefore, they were treated as peers. All right, I'll give you some pointers on your prairie fire sword skill. Zhang Xiongfei nodded and looked at the other young man. That young man was incomparably excited. He pulled out a fiery red sword. With a twist of his wrist, the sword pierced out. Flames danced in the sky, burning fiercely. With a single slash, a crack appeared in the void. Many people exclaimed. It seemed like this young man was also a genius. Zhang Xiongfei said, "The power is very good, but it's not enough. When you attack, raise your arm an inch higher. When you stop, move your arm an inch to the left. Try again." The young man's little face was red. He nodded. According to Zhang Xiongfei's instructions, he attacked again. This time, he was actually able to split open two cracks in the void. Great, the power has become stronger. The young man was excited. The others also exclaimed. This Zhang Xiongfei was really amazing. Brother Zhang was really a sword genius. Now that they saw it, they were really impressed. Many people began to flatter him. However, at this moment, laughter came from the crowd. Who dared to laugh at this time? Did they not want to live anymore? Zhang Xiongfei's face also darkened. Oh, I wonder who it is. Do you have any objections to my words? You can come out and give me some pointers. As he spoke, his gaze was also very small. Soon, he locked onto a place. The others also looked over. The next moment, they were discussing. What beautiful women. They were the first to see two beautiful women. They were like fairies. Even Zhang Xiongfei was stunned. However, soon, someone screamed. Wasn't that Lin Wuti? Indeed, between the two peerless beauties was Lin Xian. The laughter from before was also made by Lin Xian. At this moment, he still had a smile on his face. When he saw many people with strange expressions, he said, "Sorry, I couldn't help it because it was really too funny." "What are you laughing at?" The people of the 10,000 Swords Pavilion roared. Damn it, it was this guy again. He was too detestable. Their chief disciple was killed by the woman next to him. Moreover, it had a lot to do with Lin Wuti. They couldn't wait to tear her into pieces. Now, she was starting to laugh at their senior brother Zhang again. Chapter 40-48. Zhang Xiongfei was also stunned. Then he narrowed his eyes. "So you're Lin Wuti?" Then he looked at Morong Qingcheng. "You're the one who killed junior brother Jian Chen." A cold light appeared in his eyes. Xian Xian also stopped smiling. "Why, do you want to avenge Jian Chen? Today is the birthday of the Qingshan clan. It's not a good time to see blood. Revenge can wait. But let me ask you, why are you laughing? Are you unhappy with me?" Lin Xian said, "I'm laughing because you're misleading people. However, these people didn't know that. If you cultivate according to what you said, even if you're a genius, you'll become trash." When he said that, the crowd was in an uproar. What's going on? Is he refuting Zhang Xiongfei? The people from the Wanjian Pavilion were also angry. Nonsense. Lin Wuti, don't go overboard. Zhang Xiongfei also laughed. "I thought that Lin Wuti was some kind of person. It turns out that you're just a clown. How dare you say that I'm misleading people? Ask yourself, am I misleading people?" The girl from the Qingshan clan stood out and said, "What do you know? After Brother Zhang taught me, my swordsmanship became more powerful than before." Another young man also jumped out and said, "You don't know how powerful Brother Zhang is." Everyone nodded. Yes, Zhang Xiongfei's strength in swordsmanship is obvious to all. Moreover, with his guidance, the power of the swordsmanship could be increased instantly. Such a person is misleading people? What a joke! Lin Xian wasn't angry after hearing that. He looked at the girl and said, "You're still young and don't understand. What nonsense are you talking about? I think you're just jealous of Brother Zhang." The girl sneered. The young man also said, "Yes, You're jealous of Brother Jean's talent. You can't beat Brother Jean, so you can only slander him. The Qingshan clan doesn't welcome you. Hurry up and chase him out." The young girl gave the order. The surrounding people were also in an uproar. The people from the Wanjian pavilion sneered. "Kid, do you see that? You want to question our Brother Jean? You're courting death." Zhang Xiongfei also said, "Lin Wuti, I admit that you have some strength, but you are too arrogant and don't know the immensity of heaven and earth. You don't have the right to tell me what to do. Cultivate for another 500 years. It's you. You don't have the right." Lin Xian shook his head and looked at the 3 young men from the Green Mountain clan. "Forget it. I originally wanted to kindly remind you not to go down the wrong path. But since you don't appreciate it, what does it have to do with me?" He shook his head and prepared to leave with Murong Qingcheng and Li Hongxiao. The people from the 10,000 Swords pavilion sneered. They thought that Lin Wuti was simply terrified and wanted to find an excuse to leave. However, the girl from the Qingshan clan said, "Stop. What right do you have to say that Big Brother Jean is leading people astray? Big Brother Jean has indeed helped me. Hurry up and apologize to Big Brother Jean." "Yeah, that's right. Apologize, or I'm not letting you go today." The 2 youths also walked over and said coldly, "Hee, kid, did you hear that? Hurry up and apologize to our senior brother Jean." The people from the 10,000 Swords pavilion sneered. Zhang Xiongfei's lips curled into a smile. This time, they were not only here to celebrate the birthday, but also to fulfill a more important mission. If they could get on the good side of the Green Mountain clan and build a good relationship with them, they would benefit immensely in the future. Now, it seemed that he had already achieved this step. As for Lin Wuti, no matter how strong he was, he had offended the Green Mountain clan. He had no chance at the next opportunity. Apologize? Give it to him? Lin Xian laughed. He was not worthy. Lin Wuti, watch your words. Don't think that I won't dare to attack you. Zhang Xiongfei was also angry. Lin Wuti had provoked him time and time again. Did he really think that he wouldn't dare to attack him? You better kowtow and apologize to me now. Otherwise, I'll let you know how powerful I am. How powerful you are. Just based on your comments on sword skills? Lin Xian did not leave. Instead, he stopped in his tracks. He looked at the girl and said, "You said that Zhang Xiongfei taught you sword skills, so the power of your sword skills increased, right? Then I say that he's wrong. If I teach you a way to double the power of your sword skills, would you believe me or him? What? Double the power of your sword skills?" The girl was obviously stunned. That was impossible. She shook her head because she did not dare to imagine it. "Kid, keep bragging." The people from the 10,000 Swords pavilion also snorted. Zhang Xiongfei also laughed. My guidance to her has already optimized her sword skills. If she wants to improve it, she will have to make a breakthrough in her cultivation. That's why I said that you're misleading her. Lin Xian snorted. He looked at the little girl and said, "The weakness of your sword skills is not the speed of your attacks, nor is it a problem with your state of mind. It's the most fundamental problem. You're left-handed, so you used your right hand to attack. That's obviously a mistake. Now, you switched to your left hand and used your left hand to perform the sword skills just now. What's going on? Left-handed? Nonsense." The people around them did not believe it. The girl was also stunned. She was left-handed. How come she never knew that? No one had told her. She looked at Zhang Xiongfei. Zhang Xiongfei sneered. "It doesn't matter. Didn't he want to compete with me? Then just do what he said and use your left hand. There's no need to hold back. I'll let him know the difference between us. I believe in Big Brother Jean." After the girl heard this, she placed the sword in her right hand in her left hand and looked at Lin Wuti. "I want to see how you know that I'm left-handed." As she spoke, she stabbed the sword in her left hand and performed the supporting wind swordsmanship. In the next moment, Everyone was stunned. They could not catch the girl's sword skills at all. They could not even see the sword light. They could only hear a terrifying crack in the void. After the girl finished performing, she was also stunned. What was going on? Was this the supporting wind swordsmanship? Why did it feel so terrifying? Buzz. The people from the 10,000 Swords Pavilion were dumbfounded. Zhang Xiongfei's pupils constricted. Impossible! He screamed. The power was indeed much stronger than before. Could it be that she had broken through? He stared fixedly at the young girl and discovered that the young girl's cultivation had not broken through at all. This girl was really left-handed. Song Tian, the power had really doubled. The people around them screamed. The girl also screamed. No way, I did it. I really did it. Her two companions were also stunned. The boy walked out and asked, then tell me, how did you improve my swordsmanship? Everyone looked over. Previously, the boy could only create one spatial crack. Under Zhang Xiongfei's guidance, he could create 2 spatial cracks in an instant. That was already very heaven-defying. They wanted to see if Lin Xian could do anything this time. Humph! He must have been lucky the last time. A blind cat met a dead mouse. Yes, that's right. How could he surpass our senior brother Zhang in terms of swordsmanship? The people from Net Sword Pavilion gritted their teeth. Zhang Xiongfei's face was also extremely gloomy. You're practicing the prairie fire swordsmanship, right? Lin Xian asked. That's right. The boy nodded. Can you double the power of the prairie fire swordsmanship? Chapter 40-49. Lin Xian shook his head. I can't double your prairie fire sword technique. The young man was stunned. The people from the 10,000 Swords Pavilion also laughed loudly. I told you, this kid was just lucky. Zhang Xiongfei also sneered. He was scared to death. He really thought that the other party was a terrifying genius, but now it seemed that he was just a little lucky. However, Lin Xian said, I can't double your prairie fire sword technique, but I can double your sword technique. The surrounding people were stunned. What's the difference between the two? Zhang Xiongfei also snorted coldly, deliberately mystifying. Lin Xian said, Prairie fire sword technique is a fire-type sword technique, but you're not suitable for fire-type sword techniques at all. You're suitable for earth-type sword techniques. Therefore, your prairie fire sword technique is the worst choice. You should cultivate an earth-type sword technique. At this point, Lin Xian waved his hand, and the endless earth condensed in his hand, forming a heavy sword. He threw it to the other party. With a boom, the void trembled. Everyone was shocked. How heavy is this sword? Can this young man withstand it? The young man was also stunned. Is he really suitable for such a wide, open sword technique? Lin Xian said, You can give it a try. The young man waved it a few times, and he felt that his body was about to collapse. However, in an instant, he felt a new wave of power rising in his body. Boom, boom, boom. 1 strike, 2 strikes. Although the speed was very slow and looked a little clumsy, the power was much stronger than before. The sword chi was released and 4 cracks appeared in the void. The power was twice as strong as before. Heavy, edgeless, heavy sword. This is the most suitable for you. He's already so powerful without cultivating such a wide, open sword technique. If he cultivates it, its power will increase exponentially. Really? The young man was also stunned. He said, Great. He felt like he was dreaming. The 10,000 Swords Pavilion people were dumbfounded. Zhang Xiongfei's expression became extremely ugly. Damn it, the other party actually succeeded again. Now, he knew that this couldn't be a coincidence. Was Yi Fuqian's attainments in the way of the sword so terrifying? Even though Zhang Xian had managed to raise the prowess of their swordsmanship with his guidance, that was only on the surface. The gap between the two sides was too obvious. What about me? The last young man asked. The others also looked over. They also wanted to know what kind of comments Lin Xian would make next. Lin Xian looked at him and said, "You're not suited for swordsmanship. You're suited for boxing. Give up on swordsmanship and switch to fist techniques. That's what suits you." Fist techniques? That young man's eyes flickered, although he had many doubts now. However, the first two companions had changed. Let him believe unconditionally. "Thank you, big brother. I've wronged you. I apologize." That young woman was extremely embarrassed. The two youths also said, "That's right, big brother. We were confused before and didn't know at all. If it weren't for your reminder, we would have been killed." When Zhang Xiongfei heard this, he almost spat out a mouthful of blood. His entire body was trembling with anger. *MN. Was he harming others? *MN brat. I'm not convinced. I want to compete with you. I definitely won't lose to you in swordsmanship. Zhang Xiongfei finally couldn't hold it in any longer and roared crazily. "You forget it. You're no match for Big Brother at all. That's right. You almost destroyed all of us. You still have the face to stand here? It's already very good that we didn't chase you out. I advise you to leave quickly." The young woman and the two youths waved their hands impatiently. *MN. Zhang Xiongfei was furious. The people from the 10,000 Swords Pavilion also had ugly expressions on their faces. They had never been looked down upon like this. *MN. It was all because of this brat. It was all because of this Lin Wuti that he was looked down upon. He had to kill him. Zhang Xiongfei stood out and shouted coldly, "Do you dare? You're no match for me. In terms of swordsmanship, you won't be able to beat me even if you train for another 500 years. I'm not interested." Lin Xian shook his head. *MN. You have to fight today even if you don't want to. Having said that, Zhang Xiongfei waved his hand. Countless sword chi flew out from his fingertip. The sword chi carried a vast aura. It was a water sword. His opponent was a water sword saint. *Buzz*, not good. Big Brother is in danger. Quickly dodge. The young woman screamed. She was very nervous. The others were also surprised. Although Zhang Xiongfei had been slapped in the face, he was still an expert of the previous generation after all. Could Lin Wuti block it? This was a true intermediate minor saint. Lin Xian snorted when he saw this scene. He pointed out his finger. Sword chi spread out from the tip of his finger. With a poochie sound, the finger landed on the sword chi. Immediately, the monstrous sword chi was destroyed. How could it be? He actually found the weakness in an instant. Zhang Xiongfei couldn't believe it. *MN. He must have guessed it. He waved his sword and changed it again. At this moment, it was still a monstrous wave. However, there was a murderous intent in the sword chi. It was terrifying. This was a double sword chi. Under the waves, there was a peerless killing intent hidden. Let's see what you can do this time. The surrounding people were dumbfounded. There was so much sword chi around them that they couldn't block it. They could only dodge it. However, once they moved, they were afraid that the true killing move would be revealed. It could be said that all possibilities were sealed. This was a sure kill move. One had to admit that Zhang Xiongfei was really too powerful. Lin Xian sighed. "I've already said that you're no match for me in terms of swordsmanship." He waved his sword 3 times to the front and left, creating 3 cracks in the sword chi. These 3 swords were all aimed at the opponent's weak points. Therefore, the power of the sword chi that filled the sky was reduced by half. The remaining sword chi was shattered by Lin Xian's palm. Pung pung pung. How could it be? Zhang Xiongfei took 3 steps back. His face was filled with shock. Did Lin Xian find his weakness again? *MN. He clenched his fist. Did Lin Xian really surpass him in terms of swordsmanship? Every strike was aimed at his weakest point. It could instantly break his swordsmanship. He couldn't believe that a young man could do this. You're not convinced? Then take a sword from me. At this point, Lin Xian also pointed out a finger. A sword chi flew out. It was also the water vision. It rotated in the sky. Humph! Block it for me. Zhan Xiongfei roared angrily. He formed a sword light facing the sky and slashed at Lin Xian. He didn't believe that Lin Xian could hurt him. His strength far surpassed Lin Wudi's. Puff! The void in front of him shattered. Zhan Xiongfei's pupils constricted. He missed. Was this sort of feint? D****. He knew that he had fallen into a trap. He hurriedly retreated and withdrew his sword to block around him. The nomological laws that filled the sky enveloped his body tightly. But in an instant his body shook and he spat out a mouthful of blood. Chapter 4050. Damn it, it's not a fake move. He realized that the move that he had thought was a trap had actually hit his shoulder and sent him flying. Asterisk cough cough asterisk. He kept retreating while vomiting blood. His arm was hanging down, and there was a bloody hole in it. Damn it, he felt that he couldn't hold the sword in his hand anymore. His opponent had actually managed to injure him in an instant. You can't even block my sword. You don't have the right to be arrogant in front of me. Lin Xian shook his head. Damn it, you dare to hurt me? I won't let you go. Zhan Xiongfei was completely enraged. Not only was he slapped in the face in front of so many people, but he was also injured by Lin Fan. This made him feel humiliated. He couldn't wait to find a hole to hide in. And all of this was because of the person in front of him. He wanted to kill Lin Fan. Humph! You're courting death. Seeing this scene, Lin Xian waved his hand, and the 5 elements sword flew out, enveloping Zhan Xiongfei. The 5 elements law circled around each other, and all kinds of terrifying sword shadows completely repelled Zhan Xiongfei. Asterisk puff, asterisk Zhan Xiongfei vomited another mouthful of blood. The surrounding people couldn't bear to watch anymore, because it was too embarrassing. Senior brother, are you all right? The people of Myriad Swords Pavilion exclaimed. At the same time, in a pavilion far away, a few figures leaned against the window and looked at this scene, shaking their heads slightly. This Zhan Xiongfei is really an idiot. In this room, there were 3 people standing by the window. The aura of these 3 people was very mysterious. There was a mysterious rune between their eyebrows. It made people feel pain in their eyes when they looked at it. They couldn't look at it directly. The one who sneered at this moment was a man by the window. This Lin Wudi isn't simple. Although he's just an early minor saint, his attainment in Sword Dao has far surpassed Zhan Xiongfei. He has even reached an unbelievable level. He's simply a genius in Sword Dao. Another person said, I guess his talent in Sword Dao isn't weaker than Myriad Swordsman. It's a pity that he's not in Myriad Swords Pavilion. Otherwise, he would be even more terrifying. The last woman was wearing a green and white robe. She looked down without saying a word. Junior sister, you should say a few words as well. The woman's eyes flashed, and she softly said, It was a pity. Even if he wasn't in the 10,000 Swords Pavilion, he wouldn't be able to stop his rise in the path of the sword. I really want to compete with him. My limitless sword art and his sword Dao. Which one of us is stronger? A shocking light flashed in the woman's eyes. Below, Zhan Xiongfei spent a lot of effort to break open the 5-element sword formation. At this moment, his hair was disheveled and his eyes were bloodshot. They were filled with a terrifying killing intent. Everyone was trembling. Perhaps only Lin Wudi could withstand the wrath of such a strong cultivator. Damn brat, you've completely pissed me off. Die for me. Countless sword lights appeared on his body, and it was obvious that he had activated the 10,000 swords return to origin. His strength was much stronger than before. Not good. Retreat quickly, the surrounding people screamed, crazily. After activating the 10,000 swords return to origin, he was clearly going all out. Turning into a stream of light, Zhang Xiongfei charged out. Older brother Xian, be careful. Morong Qingcheng and Li Hongxiu brought the girl and the two young men to a faraway place. Lin Xian narrowed his eyes. I'll play with you then. However, before he could make a move, a thunderous sound came from the void. As soon as the sound came out, a sword light stopped Zhang Xiongfei. Zhang Xiongfei did not make a move. He turned his head and said, "Let me make a move. I'm confident that I can defeat him." "Humph, you've disgraced the 10,000 Swords Pavilion. How dare you make a move?" In the void, a man walked over. He stepped on the sword Qi, and his aura shook the world. His appearance caused the whole world to tremble. The weapons in everyone's hands were trembling nonstop. What a terrifying sword Dao. Who is this man? It's Wan Jinni. He's here too. He's a genius on the pilgrim list. Moreover, he's an extremely terrifying existence on the pilgrim list. These people were stunned. Lin Xian was also stunned. His expression became solemn. Wan Jinni, he felt a great threat. This Wan Jinni has reached the late stage of the minor saint realm. He's too strong. Zhang Xiongfei and the others couldn't compare to him. Is this the strength of the people on the pilgrim list? Lin Xian took a deep breath. He knew that these people were powerful. These people had suppressed their cultivation when they were on Heavenly Fate Star. After leaving Heavenly Star, he had only seen Yuquan. Youquan's strength was also very strong. However, Lin Xian felt that it wasn't impossible to defeat him. He felt that his strength should be similar to Youquan's. However, it didn't seem to be the case now. Wan Jinni's aura was much stronger than Youquan's. It seemed that the gap between the people on the pilgrim list was very big. That secluded spring was probably ranked last. Wan Jinni could definitely be ranked in the top 3. Step back. Wan Jinni said coldly. Zhang Xiongfei was helpless. However, he didn't dare to go against Wan Jinni. He could only clench his teeth and step aside. Wan Jinni looked at Lin Xian again and said coldly, "I heard that you talked about Sword Dao in front of us. Who gave you the courage to do so?" Lin Xian laughed. "How arrogant! Are you the only people in the world who can talk about Sword Dao? I'll talk about it today. Come and bite me." The surrounding people were stunned. Zhang Xiongfei couldn't believe it. This guy actually dared to provoke Wan Jinni. He's too reckless. Wan Jinni only needed one move to kill him. If he wanted to kill this kid, he would also need one move. Sure enough, he's still as arrogant as before. However, this is the real world. Without the suppression of the great Tao, do you think you can fight against me? You'll know if you can try. Lin Xian took a step forward. Although Wan Jinni gave him a fatal threat, so what? He wasn't afraid of anyone in a life-and-death battle. Even a saint venerable bowed in front of him, let alone Wan Jinni. The atmosphere between heaven and earth was getting more and more intense. In the eyes of the crowd, there were only 2 peerless sword lights confronting each other. The endless void collapsed, and a terrifying black hole appeared in the sky. Stop! This scene attracted the attention of the Green Mountain tribe. A terrifying elder quickly walked over. "Both of you, please give us some face. Kid, you're very lucky. We'll spare you this time. However, I advise you to leave quickly. Otherwise, if you see me in the Green Mountain world, you won't be so lucky." After saying that, he turned and left. The others heaved a sigh of relief. Even the elder from Green Mountain City heaved a sigh of relief. Although Wan Jinni was much younger than him, his sword Dao made his hair stand on end. This Wan Jinni was too impressive. Lin Xian was also surprised. What was the Green Mountain world? Was he going to that place? Why hadn't he heard of it? It seemed that so many people from the sacred city came not only to celebrate the birthday, but also to hide some unknown secret. It should be related to the Green Mountain world. Chapter 4051. As he was thinking, Lin Xian's eyebrows suddenly twitched, and a golden light appeared in his eyes. He turned his head and looked behind him. There was a pavilion in the distance, and he felt an extremely terrifying aura. When he turned his head, he only saw a figure disappearing in a flash. However, with his heavenly secret divine eye, he could clearly see it. It was a beautiful woman in a green and white Taoist robe, and there was a strange rune between her eyebrows. He had seen that rune on Chao Qianqing's forehead before. Was she from the Limitless sect? He could sense a mysterious way of the sword coming from the other party. She was also a terrifying sword saint. Thinking of this, Lin Xian's eyes suddenly shot out 2 rays of sword light that pierced into the void. At the same time, the woman from the Limitless sect who wanted to leave was stunned. She felt the sword intent and suddenly turned her head. There was also a flicker in her beautiful eyes. The 2 sword Dao collided in the void, causing the void to shatter. What's going on? Is there another battle? Murong Qingcheng and Li Hongxiu came to Lin Xian's side. Lin Xian said, "It's fine. Let's go." On the other side, the woman from the Limitless sect's eyes flickered. Interesting. This kid actually discovered our existence. The people beside him were also very surprised. His sword chi was more piercing than expected. They were looking forward to fighting with him more and more. The 3 figures gradually disappeared into the void. Lin Xian and the other 2 also left. Murong Qingqing said, "I'm afraid more and more experts will come, and there will be many sacred venerables this time. If the sacred venerables of the Golden Crow tribe and the 10,000 Swords Pavilion appear, I'm afraid we'll be in danger." Lin Xian also frowned. That was true. He said that they probably won't attack us openly, so we're still safe on the surface. I'm afraid that they'll attack us behind our backs. Moreover, it seems that another Green Mountain world has appeared today. I wonder what it's like. Do you know? He looked at Li Hongxiu. Li Hongxiu said that she knew a bit, but she had heard that the Green Mountain race had some secrets and trump cards. There seemed to be an ancestral land called the Green Mountain World. Every once in a while, he would open it. It was probably time for him to open it this time, which was why so many people were attracted. Needless to say, this Green Mountain World definitely had something to do with that Saint King. They could only take it one step at a time. Lin Xian took a deep breath, and the 3 of them prepared to return to the main hall. But at this moment, they suddenly felt a terrifying aura pressing down on them. Murong Qingcheng and Li Hongxiu's expressions changed. Even Lin Xian turned his head abruptly. A cold light burst out from his eyes. 2 figures appeared on their left. Both of them had scales on their bodies, and terrifying dragon blood was surging from them. What a powerful bloodline aura! Murong Qingcheng frowned. Li Hongxiu also said, "The Dragon Clan?" The 2 men stared at Lin Xian, and the other 2. "You must be Lin Wudi. Who are you people? Are you from the Demon City?" Lin Xian asked in a deep voice. "Us? Can't you feel it? We are the Dragon Clan." The 2 men's eyes were filled with endless arrogance. Dragons were the king of all beasts. They were incomparably powerful, and they had the capital to look down on everything. It was not the first time Lin Xian had seen the Dragon Clan. He had killed many experts of the Dragon Clan before. But this time, he could clearly feel that the dragon blood in their bodies was abnormally strong. Evidently, they were not ordinary dragons. Instead, they were extremely powerful dragons. He did not know why the other party had come to find him. The 2 of them laughed. "Don't be nervous. We won't do anything to you yet. We just want to see who is so arrogant as to call himself invincible. Even our crown prince does not dare to use your title. Quickly change this title, or you will die miserably." Crown prince? Li Hongxiu frowned. The crown prince of the Dragon Clan? Why hadn't she heard of him before? However, Lin Xian's pupils shrank. He remembered the existence in the lair of 10,000 dragons in the quintessential world. Were these people under the other party's command? The dragon clan existed in all the worlds, but the one in the lair of 10,000 dragons was obviously more powerful. At that time, there was a rumor that there was a crown prince, the son of the dragon emperor, who had a heaven-defying bloodline. He was a sage at birth, and he did not know what realm he had reached, but it was definitely incomparably terrifying. Was the other party about to appear? Lin Xian furrowed his brows tightly. If the other party appeared, they would be the most powerful enemy. Humph! Murong Qingcheng, who was beside him, snorted coldly. He activated the phoenix bloodline in his body, and a phoenix phantom pounced forward. You dare to transform into a phoenix with just you? The dragon clan members sneered disdainfully. One of them stretched out his dragon claws, but after contact, his expression changed. He retracted his arm with a shocked expression. You are a member of the Phoenix clan. Previously, he was disdainful, but when he felt the other party's bloodline, he was really shocked. This bloodline actually caused him to tremble slightly. Well, now is not the time to make a move. Another Dragon Clan powerhouse said with a frown. The young man retracted his hand. Fine, I'll let you live a little longer. But from now on, I'll be your nightmare. Remember my name. My name is Long Xiaotian. The two figures slowly disappeared into the void. The Dragon Clan... Huh? It seemed that a battle was unavoidable. In that case, Lin Xian was not afraid. Although he did not have a super powerful bloodline, he had the dragon soul. It would be fine if the Dragon Clan members did not provoke him, but if they did, he would not be lenient. Seeing Lin Xian's serious state, Murong Qingcheng and Li Hongxiu knew that someone was going to be unlucky. In the main hall of Huihong, 9 sacred venerables were sitting there. The clan leader of the Green Mountain clan and some core elders were also there. At the moment, the door was closed, and the two sides were having a private discussion. One of the sacred venerables of the 10,000 Swords Pavilion said, "Don't worry, we will not let you down this time when we enter the Green Mountain world. We will give you the conditions that we promised you before." In that case, I thank you all, the clan leader of the Green Mountain clan said in a deep voice. The other elders also took a deep breath. It was obvious that the two sides had reached some kind of agreement. These sacred cities would give the Green Mountain clan some benefits. The Green Mountain clan would open the Green Mountain staircase, allowing other powerhouses of the sacred cities to enter. Others can go in, but Lin Wudy can't. Lin Wudy can't go in. Yes, that's right. A sacred venerables of the Thunder God City also said in a deep voice. He was not qualified to enter. I don't agree to let him in either. A sacred venerables of the Demon City also spoke. The 3 sacred venerables objected. The atmosphere was a little tense. The people of the Green Mountain clan were in an uproar. The clan leader of the Green Mountain clan said, "I'm afraid that's not a good idea. It would seem that the Green Mountain clan is targeting Wushuang City." "It's okay. We'll support you. What are you afraid of?" The 3 sacred venerables sneered. Chapter 4052. Next, these people discussed some specific matters. One day later, the birthday banquet began. The entire Green Mountain City was bustling with activity. Countless elders and experts from the second astral realm gathered in the city. Their seats were arranged in an orderly manner according to their status and strength. However, the most dazzling palace at the top was still the most dazzling. Countless people looked up at it. There were only a few people there, other than the clan leader of the Green Mountain clan and a few core elders. The rest were Saint Venerables. Only Saint Venerables could enter that palace. The others were not qualified at all. Even Wan Jianyi and the others could only sit in the second palace below. Lin Xian and the other 2 also arrived. Looking at the lively scene, they were very emotional. "Kid, where are you sitting?" Li Hongxiu asked. "Why don't you come with me to the second palace?" As the daughter of the Saint King, She could also sit in the second palace. Qingcheng, you accompany Hongxiu. I have other places to go. Lin Xian smiled. The three of them walked forward. They crossed countless pavilions and palaces, attracting a lot of attention. Look, that's Lin Wudi. He's walking forward. Is he going to enter the second palace? Did he already have the qualifications to enter that place? Many people were shocked. The people sitting in the second palace were those on the pilgrimage list. Other than that, there were some people with very special identities. For example, Li Hongxiu, the daughter of the Saint King, or Bai Shanchuan, the grandson of a Saint Venerable. In short, their status was very high. Other than that, other chief disciples or some powerful small saints were not qualified. They could only sit in the third and fourth palaces. It seemed that Lin Xian wanted to sit in the second palace. Is he qualified to be on the pilgrimage list? In the second palace, these people looked down at Lin Xian and the other two and sneered. Lin Wudi wants to come in? What a joke. Don't worry, I won't let him in because he is not qualified. Yu Quan's lips curled into a cold smile. The others also sneered coldly. Soon Lin Xian and the other two came to the front of the second palace. All right, Qingcheng, Hongxiu, you two can go in. Morong Qingcheng nodded. Li Hongxiu said, if you're really not coming, then where are you going? The third palace? Before Lin Xian could say anything, a few figures walked out from the second palace, led by Yu Quan. Brat, you want to enter the second hall? Do you have the qualifications? Ants don't have the qualifications to be with us. Mo Xiu was the same. Today, they would definitely not let Lin Xian in. When Li Hongxiu saw this, she frowned. Don't go overboard. But he is my friend. Li Hongxiu, although you are the daughter of the Sage King, you still have to follow the rules. If one wanted to enter the second hall, they either had to have a noble status or extremely strong strength. Which one did this brat have? What if I insist on bringing him in? Li Hongxiu's face darkened. In that case, don't blame us for being impolite. Mo Xiu also stood out. The auras of the two of them were extremely powerful. Don't worry, we won't hurt you, but don't even think about breaking the rules in our hands. Damn it, Li Hongxiu's face was cold. She didn't expect the two of them to be so bold and audacious. They didn't even give her face. Morong Qingcheng, who was next to her, also had a cold expression. Lin Xian said, all right, you two go in. I have my own place to go. Qingcheng, let's go. Li Hongxiu pulled Morong Qingcheng and walked forward. Aren't you going to dodge? Do you want to be my enemy? Li Hongxiu shouted coldly. Yu Quan sneered. Of course, these two fairies could enter. As they said that, the two of them stepped aside to make a path. Li Hongxiu and Morong Qingcheng walked in, but their bodies were immediately blocked. They looked down at Lin Xian condescendingly. As for you, don't even think about entering in this lifetime. Lin Xian smiled. You are right about something. Ants don't deserve to be with me. As he said that, he ignored Yu Quan, and Mo Xiu turned around and walked further away. He was walking in the direction of the first palace. Countless people were paying attention to what happened here. Was Lin Wudi blocked outside the door? How embarrassing. That's right. If Second Highness, you couldn't enter, his reputation would be completely ruined. It wasn't easy to build up a reputation, but it was only a matter of time before he fell. Everyone shook their heads, thinking that Lin Xian was too arrogant this time. It was too early to enter the second palace now. Some of the chief disciples of the sacred city and some experts also snorted. Lin Wudi wasn't qualified to enter. Sure enough, they saw the two beauties beside Lin Xian enter, but Lin Wudi was blocked outside. They were gloating. However, in the next moment, they were stunned. They realized that Lin Wudi didn't intend to enter at all. Instead, he was walking towards the first palace. Was this kid tired of living? He couldn't even enter the second palace. And he wanted to go to the first palace? Humph, he must be pretending. Don't worry, he would definitely be beaten out in an instant. If he offended those sacred venerables, he would at least be half dead. These people shook their heads. Yuquan and Mo Shio were also stunned. What was going on? Did this kid really want to go to the first palace? What a joke. They didn't have the qualifications to enter. Previously, the matter of Wushuang's order was sealed by Sacred Venerable White, so only a small number of people knew about it. The others didn't know about it. Therefore, when they saw Lin Xian's action, they knew that Lin Xian was too daring. 2 guards appeared at the entrance of the first palace in an instant. Both of them were late minor saints. They said coldly, "Stop. Who are you? This is not a place where you can come. Get lost." Their voice was incomparably cold, causing the smile on everyone's face to become thicker. "See, I told you. How could Lin Wudi enter? He doesn't know the immensity of heaven and earth." Lin Xian was expressionless. He took out the Wushuang token. "I'm here on behalf of the Wushuang Saint King." The 2 late little saints sucked in a breath of cold air. When they saw this, they could feel a trace of the Saint King's aura from the token. Instantly, both of them retreated. "Young master, please. We hope you can forgive us for offending you earlier." Both of them respectfully invited Lin Xian in. The people around him had all gone crazy. How could this be? He entered the first palace. Oh, God. Am I dreaming? How could he enter? Even Wan Jianyi and Yuquan couldn't enter. Sure enough, Yuquan and Mo Shio were stunned. They wanted to watch a good show, but they were dumbfounded. Their minds were blank. How could this be? How did he do it? The second palace was also in an uproar. This guy really did it. The incomparably seductive Qin Xiener opened her cherry lips. Chapter 4053. Wan Jianyi also frowned with a cold look in his eyes. Even Chao Tiansheng and Gu Feng were stunned. They did not expect Lin Fan to be able to enter. Bai Shanchuan thought of something and shivered. He hid in the shadows and did not say a word. Li Hongxiu was also surprised. Wow, this kid is so handsome. Only Morong Qingchen had a beautiful smile on her face. Now, these people knew who the idiot was. They actually wanted to stop Lin Xian. In the end, they were the ones who were slapped in the face. Lin Xian walked into the first palace under the shocked gazes of countless people. After entering, he attracted a few gazes. These were the gazes of sacred venerables, and they carried an extremely strong pressure. Lin Xian also snorted coldly. The great dragon sword soul in his body circulated and blocked the pressure. In the next moment, he walked forward and said loudly, "Greetings, senior clan leader. I'm Lin Xian, representing the unparalleled Sacred King, to wish you a happy birthday. The Sacred King can't leave because he has something to do, so he sent me here. This is just a small gift to show my respect." Lin Xian flipped his hand, and a treasure box appeared. Since he was here to wish him a happy birthday, how could he not bring a gift? This gift was personally given by the unparalleled Sacred King, so it should not be bad. So it's Lin Gongzi. I've heard of Lin Gongzi's name long ago. Now that I've met him, he's indeed a young hero. The clan leader of Qingshan said with a smile. Although Lin Xian was just a junior in front of him, he was still representing the Sacred King. His status was not to be underestimated. An elder beside the clan leader came over and took the treasure box in his hand. Then he said, "Lin Gongzi, this way, please." Lin Xian followed him to an empty space and sat down. The other sacred venerables looked unfriendly, and some snorted coldly. To be honest, they were really unhappy to be sitting with such a young kid. He was not qualified at all. The birthday banquet began. A loud voice sounded. Then the banquet began, and the scene became lively again. A series of greetings could be heard as gifts and treasures were delivered. The several saint sovereigns in the main hall were also talking about some cultivation problems and some important matters in the future. This had nothing to do with Lin Xian. As for cultivation, he was not a holy venerate yet, so he could not understand it. As for the major events of the world, they had little to do with him because they had already risen to the level of the holy city. Therefore, he couldn't get a word in at all inside the main hall. If it were anyone else, they would have been scared out of their wits. However, Lin Xian didn't care at all. So, what if he was a Saint Venerable? He was going to become a great emperor in the future, so he didn't feel inferior at all. Instead, he drank alone. His expression was calm and composed. This scene made the sacred venerates of the Thunder God City and the myriad demon city even more displeased. Saint Master White's face darkened as well. Of course, there were also some people who were shocked. This young man was really not simple. Before the auras of these holy venerates, the other party remained calm and composed. Just this mentality alone was not something that just anyone could achieve. It was no wonder that the other party could create such a reputation. He was indeed unique. Even the Green Mountain Sacred King nodded slightly. He was thinking, is it really possible to keep such a genius out of the Green Mountain world? At this moment, a sacred venerate of the Thunder God City said, "Nephew Lin, after the banquet, you can return to Wushuang City to report on the completion of the mission. At that time, we can use the spatial teleportation array to send you away." The sacred venerate of the myriad demon city also said. Lin Xian was stunned. The other party was so kind. It shouldn't be. Was there a trap? To teleport to another place? Lin Xian said, "Seniors, you are too polite. I don't need you to worry about my own matters." Lin Xian changed the topic and asked, "Senior clan leader, I heard people say something about the Green Mountain world. I don't know what it means." The Green Mountain clan leader frowned. The other sacred venerates' faces also darkened. Among them, the voice of the Myriad Sword Pavilion said, "Lin Gongzi, you don't have to think about the Green Mountain world. Yes, this time, your Wushuang City did not participate. Why don't you wait for the next time?" The sacred venerate of the Thunder God City also raised a smile. After Lin Xian heard this, he frowned. It seemed that the Green Mountain world was a secret realm, and it was related to the Sage King. However, these people actually wanted to leave him outside. What a joke! These seniors were thinking quite far ahead. However, this was not the Holy City, but the Green Mountain clan. Whether my Wushuang City can enter or not is not up to you seniors. After saying this, he looked at the Green Mountain clan leader. The sacred venerates were so angry that they gritted their teeth. Normally, if such an ant dared to provoke them, they would have slapped him into meat paste. However, now they could only watch helplessly. The other party was jumping around in front of them. They were really unhappy. However, they did not have the final say. So what? They had already discussed this with the Green Mountain clan leader. "What do you think, Green Mountain clan leader?" The sacred venerate of the Thunder God City asked. "I think the Green Mountain clan leader should have the same opinion as us." The sacred venerate of the Myriad Sword Pavilion also said. This, the Green Mountain clan leader hesitated. When Lin Xian saw this scene, his face became even gloomier. It seemed that these people had reached some agreement. Were they really going to exclude him? They really deserved to die. One day, when he became a sacred venerate, he would make these old fellows grovel at his feet. The Green Mountain clan leader took a deep breath as if he had made a decision. Just as he was about to speak, a stream of light streaked over from afar. "Old ancestor, this is bad. The young master's illness has acted up again." "What?" The Green Mountain clan leader suddenly stood up. "What's going on? Why did it act up in advance? Let's go and take a look." He did not care about the others and directly rushed out. What was going on? The other holy venerates were also stunned. The Green Mountain clan's first elder said, "Fellow Taoists, please calm down. Something happened in my clan." As he spoke, He briefly explained the matter. The sacred venerates and heavenly queens all frowned. There was actually such a thing. Lin Xian was also surprised after hearing it. It turned out that it was a young man of the Green Mountain clan leader's lineage. He was only 8 or 9 years old and had contracted a disease. It would act up once every 3 months and could not be cured at all. Even the sacred venerates were helpless. This gave the people of the Green Mountain clan a headache. If it was an ordinary clan member, it would be fine. After all, there were many people in the Green Mountain clan. It was fine if the young man was sick. However, this young man was a direct descendant and had the bloodline of the Green Mountain sacred king. There was even a phenomenon of atavism. This surprised the people of the Green Mountain clan. If he grew up, he might become the second Green Mountain sacred king in the future. So, how could they not be worried? No wonder the Green Mountain clan leader was so anxious. The sacred venerates were also discussing. At this moment, Lin Xian's eyes lit up. He felt that this was an opportunity. From the looks of it, the Green Mountain clan leader and these sacred venerates had reached an agreement. It was very likely that they would not let him enter the Green Mountain realm. However, he had to go in. Chapter 4054. It was not easy for him to reach his current cultivation level. Every improvement was very difficult. Moreover, with his current strength, his divine body and great dragon sword soul required a huge amount of energy. If he wanted to take another step forward, he would have to cultivate normally for hundreds of years. He could not wait that long. Therefore, he would not miss any opportunity. This was obviously a great opportunity in the Azure Mountain world. How could he miss it? Therefore, Lin Xian stood up and said, "I wonder what illness the little young master has. Can I take a look? Maybe I have a way." "You?" The people in the hall were stunned. The Grand Clan leader of the Azure Mountain race said, "Lin Gongzi, are you sure?" The Holy Venerables laughed loudly as if they had heard the best joke. "Kid, you don't know the immensity of heaven and earth. Do you think you can be compared to us just because you are sitting with us? We are just giving face to the unparalleled sacred king. Otherwise, do you think you are qualified to stand in front of us? You are so young, yet you dare to speak so arrogantly. You are really ignorant." The Holy Venerables snorted coldly. "You don't even know what illness the little young master has. Do you know that over the years, several Holy Venerables have investigated the little young master? There are even alchemy experts. However, without exception, they could not cure him. With just you, they had disdainful expressions." The Grand Elder of the Azure Mountain race sighed. Indeed, he did not think that Lin Xian could do it. Lin Xian did not care. He said indifferently, "You can't do it, but it doesn't mean that I can't. This world may be yours now, but it will be ours in the future. Some people are old while we are rising. Some people are short-sighted and are destined to be trapped in the same place for the rest of their lives. Are you courting death? How dare you teach us a lesson?" The Holy Venerables of the Thunder God City stood up. The Holy Venerables of the Thousand Fiend City also had gloomy expressions. The other Holy Venerables also frowned. Even those who didn't say anything earlier had cold expressions on their faces. Because of these words, the other party had completely angered them. What did he mean by saying that they were old and could not do it, and that they would be trapped in the same place for the rest of their lives? What a joke! At their level, what they were most unwilling to do was to stay where they were. Although it might be the truth, they didn't allow others to say it. Now Lin Xian had mercilessly torn open the scar, making it unbearable for them. "Kid, it seems like I have to teach you a lesson on behalf of Wushuang City. Have you ever heard of the saying that dead geniuses are nothing?" A terrifying aura pressed down on Lin Xian. The Holy Venerates did not even need to make a move. One look was enough to kill them. Lin Xian also felt the aura, and his body tensed up. He snorted coldly. The great dragon sword spirit roared for 9 days while he stood there with his hands clasped behind his back. What's wrong? Did I poke your sore spot? Are you unable to look directly at yourself? Then you seem to be doubting your own Tao. If you can't even persist in your own great Tao, what right do you have to go further? My Tao is something you can't imagine. Lin Xian exuded a heroic spirit. He looked down on the world, as if the endless universe and stars had to crawl under his feet. This was a kind of boldness that was unstoppable. At this moment, the holy venerates were all shocked. This young man actually had such a grand ambition. But soon, he flew into a rage out of humiliation. Damn it! They even had the intention to kill him. However, Lin Xian was not afraid at all. Saint Bai was a good example. He now had the Wushuang token in his hand, so he was not afraid of these people at all. If these people dared to touch him, the Wushuang Sage King would definitely not let them off. More importantly, he had the Great Sage Tower. If he couldn't beat them, he could hide in the Great Sage Tower. These people could not do anything to him. Therefore, Lin Xian was not afraid. He looked at the Great Elder and said, "Since so many holy venerates can't cure me, why don't you let me try? Anyway, you have nothing to lose." The Great Elder thought about it and felt that what he said was right. There was nothing to lose by giving it a try. Who knows, he might even be able to get lucky. He said, "Then Lin Gongzi, this way please." "Nonsense. I want to see what qualifications you have." The holy venerate of Thunder God City stood up. The other holy venerates also stood up. They were also very curious. Where did Lin Xian get his confidence from? They tore open the void and directly left the first palace. So much so that the people outside did not know at all. And they had already arrived in the depths of Qingshan City. At this moment, they were all gathered in the palace. These people were all core elders. The Qingshan clan leader was also there. His face was full of worry. A middle-aged couple, however, had anxious expressions on their faces. "Ancestor, will we be fine?" Yes, this time, the attack had been brought forward. The middle-aged woman was very anxious. Her face was full of tears. The middle-aged man also had a worried look on his face. The Qingshan clan leader's face was ashen. He looked at the person in front of him. That was the medical expert in the clan. There was even an alchemy grandmaster and other experts. Those people all shook their heads. It seemed that they were helpless. At this moment, the void broke open. The first elder, Lin Xian, and the others had all arrived. Those holy venerates also came. A terrifying holy aura swept through the world. The faces of the people in the palace changed. The Qingshan clan leader also turned his head. His expression changed. "Why are you here?" The first elder took a few steps forward and whispered. The Qingshan clan leader shouted coldly, "Nonsense! Lin Xian has a way. Are you kidding me? To be honest, so many holy venerates can't do it. How can a young man do it? Qingshan clan leader, we don't believe it either, but someone is incomparably arrogant and thinks that he can solve it. So we followed to take a look and broaden our horizons. Lin Gongzi, I won't trouble you with the matters of the clan. Please go back. I hope you can forgive me for not being a good host." After saying that, he wanted to ask these people to go back. Lin Xian said, "Old clan leader, why don't you give it a try? There's no harm in it anyway. Can the situation be worse than it is now? Patriarch, do you have a way?" The middle-aged woman walked up. Lin Xian said, "I'm not sure now because I haven't seen the young master. However, I should still have some confidence. You haven't even seen him, and you dare to say that you have confidence. Aren't you just trying to deceive us?" The holy venerate behind him snorted coldly. The middle-aged man also frowned. However, the middle-aged woman did not care about anything. She said, "That's easy. Hurry up and take a look. Don't mess around. The patriarch is still here. The middle-aged man said. The middle-aged woman cried. Patriarch, please. The Qingshan clan leader sighed. Forget it. It's just a look anyway. It's not a big deal. He said, all right. Lin Xian went in to take a look. There was a young man lying there. His face was pale, and his brows were tightly furrowed. Even his small face was somewhat distorted. His body kept trembling, but he did not see anything strange at all. His bloodline was normal, his physique was normal, and even his soul was normal. However, he was in great pain. Chapter 40:55. The Green Mountain Patriarch said. He had already asked many Saint Venerables to take a look, but they couldn't find anything. He wondered what Nephew Lin had found out. The Saint Kings behind him also sneered. They were also investigating at this moment, but they couldn't find anything. It was indeed a strange disease. Lin Xian snorted coldly and didn't say anything. He activated his heavenly secret divine eyes to the extreme and saw through everything. Suddenly, Lin Xian's pupils constricted. He found that his normal bloodline had changed under the full operation of the heavenly secret divine eyes. He saw some black runes appear. These black runes carried a strange aura, which Lin Xian had never felt before. What was this? He was too surprised. He found that it was these black runes that caused the young man in front of him to be in so much pain. It was so strange. He could only see it because he had the heavenly secret divine eyes. If it was someone else, they wouldn't be able to detect it no matter how high their cultivation was. No wonder several Saint Venerables couldn't see it. It was impossible without a powerful eye technique. But even if he saw it, Lin Xian didn't know what it was. However, it didn't matter if he didn't know. He didn't need to know. He just needed to destroy these black runes. Others might not be able to do it because those Saint Venerables couldn't see the black runes, but he could. Moreover, he had the great dragon sword soul, which could destroy everything, including nothingness. He was also confident that he could destroy these black runes. Therefore, Lin Xian retracted his gaze and stood up. Humph, you can't find it, right? Kid, who do you think you are? Are you really the chosen one? Behind him, the Saint Venerables of the Thunder God City sneered. The Saint Venerables of the 10,000 Swords Pavilion also shook their heads in disdain. The people of the Green Mountain Clan sighed. They had long known that this would be the result. The middle-aged woman cried until she almost fainted. However, Lin Xian smiled and said, I found it. There is indeed some strange power in his body. What? Everyone was stunned. Did the other party see it? How was this possible? The Saint Venerables, couldn't see it. What nonsense! The Saint Venerables of the Thunder God City roared. Kid, don't be presumptuous. You're the impudent one. Lin Xian coldly snorted. Old thing, I've tolerated you for a long time. Are you trying to take advantage of your seniority? It's useless in front of me. What did you say? The eyes of the Thunder God City's holy venerate instantly turned red. Do you think I don't dare to kill you? The killing intent on his body instantly rushed into the main hall. The 10,000 Swords Pavilion's holy venerate also shouted coldly. This is too much. Even if I have the Holy King's badge today, I will still teach you a lesson. Sure enough, you're taking advantage of your seniority. You can touch me, but you have to think about the consequences. Since the peerless Saint King dared to send me here, it means that my relationship with him is not ordinary. If you touch me, you will be touching the peerless Saint King. Think about the consequences of offending a sage king. You dare to threaten me? The two Saint Venerables roared. Lin Xian sneered. So what if I threaten you? After saying that, he looked at the elder of green bamboo again. I have already checked his condition. I have a way to cure him. Hearing that, the people of the Green Mountain Clan were all stunned. The middle-aged couple also jumped up abruptly. Is that true? They grabbed Lin Xian's hand tightly. The Green Mountain Clan's patriarch also trembled. Lin Gongzi, do you really have a way? Of course, Lin Xian said. What a bunch of nonsense. Today, I will kill you, you ignorant fool. A terrifying thunder aura appeared on the Thunder God city's holy venerate. Lin Xian sneered. I have a way, but if I die, I'm afraid that no one else in the entire starry sky universe can save him. Hearing that, the Green Mountain Clan's patriarch waved his hand, and a huge mountain blocked the thunder palm. Please don't go too far. This is the territory of my Green Mountain Clan. Green Mountain Clan's patriarch, do you really want to believe this, kid? The Thunder God city's holy venerate went crazy. He did not expect that the other party would actually attack him. The other Saint Venerables were also speechless. This matter concerns the fate of my Green Mountain Clan. I have to be careful, the Green Mountain Clan's patriarch said in a deep voice. Lin Gongzi, when can you make a move? Do you need us to prepare anything? Natural treasures, all sorts of medicinal pills, formations, just name them. My Green Mountain Clan will definitely be able to do it. Lin Xian said, all right, I have a way. However, I have a few conditions. Just name them. We will definitely be able to do it. The Green Mountain Clan's patriarch nodded quickly. Lin Xian said, I want absolute safety in Green Mountain City. No one can threaten my life. After saying that, Xiao Qin glanced at the Thunder God city's holy venerate and the other Saint Venerables. Don't worry, my Green Mountain Clan will definitely protect young master. Whoever dares to touch young master will be my Green Mountain Clan's enemy. The moment Xiao Qin said that, the expressions of the Thunder God city's holy venerate and the other Saint Venerables turned extremely unsightly. Damn it, isn't this targeting us? To think that we are targeted by a youth. Damn it. Very good. Lin Xian smiled. He said, Second, I want to enter the Green Mountain realm. No problem. The Green Mountain Clan's patriarch nodded. This was not a big deal in the first place. Damn it. The expressions of the Thunder God cities, holy venerables turned even more unsightly. Unexpectedly, not only were they unable to make a move, but their plan to attack Xiao Qin was also ruined. Damn it. They felt like they had been slapped in the face. Brat, you speak so confidently. However, what if you can't cure him? The Thunder God, Holy Venerate, said, If I can't cure him, I will be at the mercy of the Green Mountain Clan's patriarch. All right, since you said it, we will wait and see. The Holy Venerables snorted coldly. They did not believe that Xiao Qin could do it. In their opinion, Xiao Qin would definitely fail. As long as they waited for Xiao Qin to fail, they would not let him make a comeback. An ant would not be able to jump around in front of them. All right, I'm done. I'm going to treat young master now. You can all leave. The Green Mountain Clan's people retreated. However, the Holy Venerables did not leave. Lin Xian frowned. What's wrong? Are you not leaving? Do you need to be so sneaky when treating an illness? Is there anything shameful about it? That's right. What if you hurt young master? I'm not as despicable as you. Furthermore, you are just leaving the hall. Are you afraid that I will do something? If someone is here, I will refuse to treat him. Please, the Green Mountain Clan's patriarch will come personally. Good, good, good. Let's see how far you can pretend. The Holy Venerables waved their sleeves and came out of the hall. Not only do you have to go out, but no one is allowed to use their souls to check the situation inside. Once I discover it, I will immediately stop the treatment. I will not bear the consequences. Young master, don't worry. I can guarantee that. The Green Mountain Clan's patriarch nodded. With him here personally, he did not believe that anyone would dare to be impudent. The Holy Venerables gritted their teeth. Damn it. To be honest, they were also very curious. They wanted to know where Xiao Qin got his trump card from. However, it seemed that there was no hope now. Lin Xian waved his hand and closed the hall's door. Then he set up a formation. As long as a soul touched it slightly, Xiao Chun would instantly know. Then he took a deep breath and arrived before the youth. Chapter 4056. He activated his heavenly secret god eyes to the extreme and saw those black runes again. They were like tadpoles swimming in the youth's body. What was that? Lin Xian used his law and poured it into the youth's body, rushing toward the black runes. In an instant, his law turned into a large net and enveloped the black runes. Naturally, the black rune wanted to struggle and resist. In the next moment, Lin Xian was shocked. He seemed to have entered an illusion. He saw a strange scene. It was a deep ancient temple, and there was a statue of a ghost king that was abnormally ferocious. In front of the ghost king statue, there was a figure kneeling. He was emitting a mysterious aura. He couldn't see what he looked like, but he could see that his hands were forming seals. Numerous black runes were pulsating. Moreover, there were 2 strings of pearls on his wrists. Those pearls were pitch black, and it was unknown what they were made of. Each bead had a ferocious ghost head painted on it. The scene was incomparably strange. Those black runes were the same as the runes in the youth's body. Buzz. Lin Xian's body trembled. He suddenly felt that the ferocious ghost king statue's eyes were shining, and it turned its head to look at him. In the next moment, the illusion in front of Lin Xian's eyes disappeared and shattered. Cold sweat trickled down his back. He felt that there was a strange force in his body that was trying to devour him. Damn it! Destroy it! The great dragon sword soul roared and destroyed the black runes. Not only that, the black runes in the youth's body were also destroyed. After the first rune, the rest of the black runes started to jump violently, as if they were about to explode together. Lin Xian snorted coldly. The great dragon sword soul completely charged out and rushed into the youth's body, slashing in all directions. Although these black runes were strange and carried a terrifying power, they were no match for the great dragon sword soul. However, he was no match for the great dragon sword soul. After a round, the great dragon sword soul returned to Lin Xian's body. At this moment, the black runes in the youth's body were completely destroyed. Lin Xian was still worried, so he used his Tianji God eyes to check 3 more times. When he confirmed that he did not miss anything, he heaved a sigh of relief. Was that power a curse? He wiped his sweat. It felt very similar to the legendary power of curses. However, this power was even more mysterious than the power of space. He didn't expect that it would appear here, and on this young man's body. As for the reason, it was probably a secret of the Green Mountain clan. There was no need for him to investigate. He stood up and let out a sigh of relief. Outside the main hall, the people of the Green Mountain clan were waiting anxiously. Do you think that brat can do it? Many people whispered to each other. The thunder gods, Holy Venerate sneered. What kind of joke was this? Did they really place their hopes on this ant? I suspect that not only will he not be able to cure the young master, he might even worsen the young master's illness. The 10,000 Fiend City's Holy Venerate also snorted coldly. Ancestor, what should we do? Many people looked at the chief of Green Mountain. The chief of the Green Mountain sect looked at the time and said while gritting his teeth, "Wait a little longer." They would wait for the period it took an incense stick to burn. If there was still no movement after the period it took an incense stick to burn, if nothing happened, he would go in and investigate personally. As soon as he said that, the main hall in front of him suddenly opened, and Lin Xian walked out. Did he come out? Everyone turned their attention to the front. He came out so quickly. It was obvious that he failed. The Thunder God City's Holy Venerate sneered. The other Holy Venerates also shook their heads. The people of the Green Mountain clan were really stupid. They actually placed their hopes on such a young man. The people of the Green Mountain clan surrounded him and asked, "Young master, how is it Yes, young master. Can you tell what illness it is? Is there a way to cure it? If not, we can send holy venerates to help you. Lin Xian waved his hand to silence these people. He said, "There's no need to go through so much trouble. I've already cured your young master's illness." What? He's cured? Everyone was stunned, especially the few Saint Venerables who were watching the show. They were stunned on the spot. How is that possible? The Thunder God, Holy Venerate, instantly jumped out. "Brat, there should be a limit to your nonsense. How can you cure an illness that even Holy Venerates can't cure in such a short time?" "Humph." Lin Xian sneered. "You're trash, but don't treat everyone as trash. I can do what you can't do." "How dare you call me trash?" The Holy Venerate was completely enraged. No one had ever dared to provoke him like this. Lin Xian said, "Try attacking me. I've already cured your young master's illness. I'm protected by the Green Mountain Clan." The Thunder God, Holy Venerate, calmed down. The Green Mountain Clan's clan leader comforted the Holy Venerate while rushing inside impatiently. The others also rushed into the main hall. "I want to see what you're talking about." The Thunder God City's Holy Venerate was not convinced. The other Holy Venerates were also greatly shocked. They had to see it with their own eyes. Everyone rushed inside. They saw a young man lying there, sleeping peacefully. His pained little face also relaxed. The pain was really gone. The middle-aged couple cried tears of joy. The people of Green Mountain Clan were also in an uproar. The Green Mountain Clan's clan leader heaved a sigh of relief. "Thank you, Lin Gongzi, for saving my young master." He was a dignified Holy Venerate, the clan leader of a clan. However, at this moment, he bowed respectfully to Lin Xian. Behind him, the Holy Venerates were even more stunned. No way. Did he really cure the young master? Could it be a coincidence? These people gritted their teeth. They guessed that the young master's illness must have flared up, so he was cured. It was definitely not this kid who cured him. However, no matter what they said, the people of Green Mountain Clan were still grateful to Lin Xian. The Green Mountain Clan's clan leader asked, "Lin Gongzi, do you know what illness this is?" "Yes, we've already invited many people, but they can't tell, let alone cure it." The Green Mountain Clan's clan leader also had a rueful expression. Lin Xian frowned slightly. Should I tell them about the curse? He did not say it directly. Instead, he asked, "Have you offended anyone? Or rather, did this young master offend anyone before?" Offended anyone? The people of Green Mountain Clan shook their heads. That shouldn't be the case. Their Green Mountain Clan was very low-key. They usually stayed in Green Mountain City and would not go out. Who could they offend? Moreover, even if they offended someone, they were not afraid. Even if they offended a Holy Venerate, they would not be afraid, unless it was a Saint King. However, a Saint King would not do anything to them. Therefore, the Green Mountain Clan's clan leader shook his head. "Then I don't know what illness he has. I only know that there is a black rune in his body that is very strange. I destroyed the black rune, so his illness should be cured." Black rune? These people were greatly surprised. The Holy Venerates were also shocked. They did not see it, but they did not expect a young man to see it. Chapter 4057. How did Lin Gongzi find out? A Saint Venerable asked. The others were also puzzled. Lin Xian replied, "Well, I have my own ways. Everyone has their secrets, don't they?" Humph, the Saint Venerable snorted. He didn't expect Lin Xian to keep him guessing. The other people's faces were also gloomy. This time, it was really too embarrassing. Previously, they swore that Lin Xian would never succeed. However, Lin Xian cured the young master's injuries easily. Wasn't that a slap to their faces? And it was very painful. Therefore, these Saint Venerables didn't want to stay here. The Green Mountain clan leader also knew, so he asked the great elder of Green Mountain to bring these people back to the main hall. He stayed here personally, holding Lin Xian's hand and laughing nonstop. The people of the Green Mountain clan around them were even more grateful to Lin Xian. Many people offered him treasures. The Green Mountain clan leader also said, "I'll agree to these two conditions. If you have any other requests, the Green Mountain clan will definitely satisfy you." Seeing the Green Mountain clan leader's fiery eyes, Lin Xian felt a little scared. Damn, these people are too excited. It seemed that the young master he saved was very impressive. It was said that he even had an atavistic bloodline. There was a high chance that he would become a saint king in the future. No wonder these people were so excited that they were about to cry. Senior clan leader, you don't have to be so polite. I'm just giving it a try. To be honest, I didn't have much confidence before. I'm just lucky this time. Lin Gongzi, no matter what, you are the savior of the Green Mountain clan. Even though Lin Xian refused, the Green Mountain clan leader still gave a few saint artifacts and some natural treasures to Lin Xian. Lin Gongzi, don't worry. We will open the Green Mountain world in 5 days. At that time, Lin Gongzi will definitely enter. Lin Xian nodded. Then I'll wait. Then he left. It seemed that this was a blessing in disguise. Not only did he humiliate the Saint Venerable, but he also became Green Mountain Bamboo's savior. He could do whatever he wanted here. Those holy venerates did not dare to make a move against him. Moreover, he had obtained several saint artifacts and a pile of natural treasures for free. Lin Xian narrowed his eyes and sang a little tune as he returned to the birthday banquet. The people outside were very lively. They did not know that the people from the first palace had already left. When Lin Xian reappeared, it caused an uproar among the crowd. It was Lin Wudi, many people exclaimed. The fact that the other party came out from the first hall was truly enviable. With his hands behind his back, Lin Xian walked toward the second palace. Inside, Mo Xiu Yuquan and the others gritted their teeth as they saw this scene. Damn brat, what kind of despicable method did you use? How dare you? Your grandfather and I are of the same generation. How dare you be so arrogant in front of me? Lin Xian snorted coldly. Do you believe that I will drag you to the first palace and let your elders educate you personally? Damn it! Yuquan and Mo Xiu were so angry that their lungs were about to explode. They wished that they could make this hateful brat in front of them disappear immediately. They had to teach him a lesson. Crackling sounds came from their bodies, and all kinds of terrifying laws spread out. Murong Qingcheng and Li Hongxiu walked over. The two of them were also facing a great enemy. Lin Xian did not care. Humph! The Green Mountain clan's patriarch walked out and said loudly, "From now on, Lin Gongzi is the most important guest of the Green Mountain clan. His status is equivalent to a core elder. Whoever touches Lin Gongzi will be an enemy of the Green Mountain clan. The Green Mountain clan will not rest until one of us is dead." His loud and clear voice spread in all directions. At this moment, everyone was stunned. What was going on? Oh my God, what is going on? Not only did Lin Wudi enter the first palace, but he also became an important guest. His status was equivalent to a core elder. Didn't that mean that in the Green Mountain clan, apart from the patriarch, Lin Wudi could do whatever he wanted? What happened during this period? Discussions and screams sounded. Murong Qingcheng and Li Hongxiu were also stunned. Brother Xian, what's going on? That's right, kid. How did you do it? There's no other way. The Green Mountain clan's patriarch and I hit it off at first sight. So he wants to be friends with me. Yuquan, Mo Xiu, you two, do you still want to make a move on me? Yuquan and Mo Xiu's faces darkened. What do you mean by making a move? They already said that making a move on this kid in front of them was making a move on the Green Mountain clan. They were guests here, and they did not want to be kicked out. Kid, just you wait. When we get out of Green Mountain City, I'll teach you a lesson." The two of them directly left, because they felt that if they stayed any longer, they would be angered to death. "Lin Gongzi, you're really surprising. I'm more and more interested in you now." Qin Sienna walked over with a charming face. She exuded endless charm and excellence from head to toe. Seeing this scene, Li Hongxiu coldly snorted. Even Morong Qingcheng was fuming with anger, guarding against her like she was guarding against a thief. Lin Xian smiled bitterly. He'd better stay away from this demoness. The birthday banquet ended in a state of shock. A small number of people left, but the top experts and geniuses did not leave, because they were waiting. 5 days later, the Green Mountain World would open. Their main purpose this time was to come to the Green Mountain World. Of course, not many people would be able to enter the Green Mountain World. Most of the others could only stay here to watch the show and wait for news. On the third day, Lin Xian was invited away by the Green Mountain Clan's patriarch. He thought that the old man would thank him, but to his surprise, the Green Mountain Clan's patriarch brought him to a pavilion and left. What's going on? Who is he going to see? Lin Xian walked inside. Soon, he saw a young man sitting there. His palm followed a strange seal, and wisps of aura spread out from his body. It's this young master. This little guy is really too unusual. Isn't he? His cultivation is so mysterious. Lin Xian realized that he could not see through him. The young master of the Green Mountain Clan opened his eyes. There was a hint of vicissitudes in his eyes, but it quickly disappeared. It made people think that it was an illusion. "You're here. You must be Lin Wudi. I heard that you saved me. Thank you." He looked like a young man, only 8 or 9 years old, but he spoke like an old man. "It's nothing. Besides, I didn't lose anything. Your Green Mountain Clan has given me a lot of benefits, so you don't have to be too grateful. They don't understand. They don't know what this means to me. But I know very well that if it weren't for you, I'm afraid that my life would be ruined. You're very interesting, little guy. Why do I feel like you're an old monster?" "Oh, right? Do you know what illness you have?" "It's a curse, not an illness," the young master said in a deep voice. A cold light appeared in his eyes. The temperature of the surrounding area dropped. Chapter 4058. Lin Xian was surprised. "You actually know it's a curse." He was too shocked. Even the saint couldn't tell. This young master was too strange. "Who did you offend?" To think that someone had placed the most mysterious curse on him. Lin Xian was very curious. The young master glanced at him. "I offended someone. It's too terrifying." Then he revealed a mysterious smile. "Do you know? We are the same kind of people." "Huh?" Lin Xian scratched his head. What did he mean? The young master smiled mysteriously and gave him a jade scroll. "Keep this thing well. It will be of great help to you when you enter the Green Mountain World. I'm still very weak. I still have to cultivate, so I won't send you off. There will be times when we meet again." Lin Xian walked out with the jade scroll. However, he was even more puzzled. If it wasn't for the other party's weak cultivation, he would have suspected that the other party was an old monster who looked young like the unparalleled Saint King. The other party's cultivation was indeed too weak at the moment. He was really just an ordinary young man. Shaking his head, he ignored it. He didn't know what was inside the jade scroll. After returning, Lin Xian probed it with his soul. In the next moment, he screamed, "Damn, what's wrong?" Murong Qingcheng was originally resting at the side. When he heard Lin Xian scream, he immediately woke up. On the other side, Li Hongxiu also pushed open the door and entered. As she entered, she said, "What are you doing?" "I didn't see anything." She came in with her eyes closed. Murong Qingcheng's face turned red. "Sister Hongxiu, you're making fun of me. We didn't do anything." "Oh, that's right. It's broad daylight." Li Hongxiu opened her eyes, and then frowned. Why are you screaming in broad daylight? Lin Xian was too excited. His hand that was holding the jade scroll trembled slightly. What was going on? The two beauties were very puzzled. Lin Xian said that the map of the Green Mountain world, including the array formations and traps, had all been marked. What? Li Hongxiu also screamed. Murong Qingqing's eyes also lit up. Really? Brother Xian, how could you have such a thing? The Green Mountain world was rumored to be incomparably mysterious. Even the people of the Green Mountain clan could not explain it, not to mention a map. However, at this moment, Lin Xian had a piece of the map in his hand. This made them extremely suspicious. Brat, did you get tricked by someone? Li Hongxiu was also cold. The Green Mountain realm was very mysterious. How could there be a map? Who gave it to you? Lin Xian was also puzzled. Could it be that young master's prank? However, he didn't think so because the picture was too detailed. It wasn't something a teenager could pull off as a prank. Was it the idea of the clan master of Green Mountain? But why did he have to give it to him through this young master? He didn't understand, but he firmly memorized the map. He planned to test it out a few days later when he entered the Green Mountain steps. The two of you should also take a look and note it down. When the time comes, we will verify it. Murong Qingqing and Li Hongxiu also extended their souls. They firmly memorized the map. Another 2 days passed. Finally, the day of the Green Mountain Realm's opening arrived. One by one, experts and geniuses walked out of the pavilions. Lin Xian, Murong Qingqing, and Li Hongxiu also walked out. They turned into streams of light and followed the group to the back mountain of the Green Mountain clan. That was the ancestral land. Usually, no one was allowed to enter. They were only allowed to enter when the Green Mountain realm opened. At this moment, many elites and elders were standing in the ancestral land rented by the Green Mountain clan. They joined forces to form a line of defense. No one was allowed to enter. Outside of them, there were countless figures. Each of them had an unusually strong aura. Among them, Mo Xiu Yuquan, and the others were also among them. The clan master of the Green Mountain clan stood out and said in a deep voice, "Everyone, the Green Mountain realm will open soon. When the time comes, I will let everyone in. However, I have something to say in advance. The Green Mountain steps were left behind by the Green Mountain King. It is extremely mysterious. After so many years, we still can't figure out its secrets. We only know that the space inside is very big. It is as if it is an independent world. Not only are there opportunities, but there are also dangers. There are even monsters and humans living inside. Not only are there warriors, but there are also ordinary people. You can enter to obtain opportunities and kill monsters, but you must not attack ordinary people. You must keep this in mind. Otherwise, you will be hunted down by the Green Mountain clan." The surrounding people were in an uproar. There were ordinary people living inside. What was this Green Mountain realm? Could it be that it was really a world that had been refined by the Saint King? Even Lin Xian and the others were curious. The Green Mountain realm was becoming more and more mysterious. Next, they began to wait. About an hour later, a rumbling sound came from a mountain in front of them. Then it cracked open. Inside, a vortex appeared, forming a vortex door. A terrifying and mysterious aura spread out from the vortex door. The surrounding people felt it. They took a deep breath, and a cold light burst out from their eyes. When the Green Mountain clan leader saw this, he said loudly, "All right, the Green Mountain realm is now open. Everyone, you may enter." As soon as he finished speaking, many people walked forward. However, they did not enter rashly. After all, entering an unknown area left behind by the Saint King was still dangerous. When the people of the Green Mountain clan saw this, they took the lead and walked in. This time, their clansmen wanted to enter too. Seeing the people of the Green Mountain clan walk in, the others followed. "Let's go." Lin Xian waved his hand and flew in with two peerless beauties. "Lin, Woody, the Green Mountain clan is protecting you outside. But once you enter the Green Mountain realm, let's see who can protect you." Yu Quan snorted. Mo Xiu also smiled coldly. If possible, he would make Lin Wudy stay in the Green Mountain realm forever. More and more people rushed in. Lin Xian and the other two appeared. They appeared on a grassland, surrounded by green grass. A cool breeze blew past, making people feel comfortable. Beside them, Li Hongxiu exclaimed. This place was too unusual. She felt that the great Tao of heaven and earth around her was boiling violently. Cultivating here would be twice the result with half the effort. Murong Qingcheng was also surprised that the Green Mountain clan had such a sacred cultivation ground. Lin Xian narrowed his eyes and looked around, and then combined with the map he had seen to identify the direction. We're in the south now. At this moment, a few figures swayed nearby and turned into a few young people. Lin Xian recognized the clothes they were wearing. They were from the Green Mountain clan. When they saw Lin Xian, they also cupped their fists. "Greetings, Lin Gongzi." They were extremely respectful to Lin Xian. "You're too polite." "Lin Gongzi, you have to be careful. When we came in, we seemed to feel some people's murderous intent towards you. You have to be especially careful of Yu Quan and Mo Xiu, who are on the pilgrimage list. They are too strong." Chapter 4059. Lin Gongzi could avoid them for now. Once they were out of the Green Mountain world, they would not dare to act recklessly. Yu Quan and Mo Xiu? Lin Xian narrowed his eyes. These two had wanted to make a move on him for a long time. There might really be a battle in the Green Mountain world this time. "Thank you for telling me. Also, the patriarch told me to remind Lin Gongzi when I see him." "Oh, what's that?" Lin Xian was surprised. "When I came in, I heard that someone had just arrived. This person is called Qi Song." "What's so special about him?" Lin Xian asked. "He's Han Qianyu's disciple. Han Qianyu is a powerful saint venerable. He was your master's enemy 2,000 years ago and was injured by him. Until now, he was still injured and could not enter the Saint King realm. However, he took in 3 disciples. The youngest one is called Qi Song. This time, he seems to be targeting you. Did he want revenge?" Lin Xian understood right away. Master could not defeat unparalleled Saint King. So he sent his disciple to destroy the geniuses of unparalleled city. How despicable. If Qi Song dared to come, he would send him to hell. "Thank you for your reminder." Lin Xian cupped his fists in gratitude. Indeed, if these people did not tell him, he would not have known that he was being targeted by a dangerous person. Since Qi Song dared to come alone, it was enough to show that his strength was not ordinary. "Lin Gongzi, be careful. We'll leave first." The few young people of the Green Mountain clan ran in a direction. They had their own goals. We're in the south now. If the map is correct, there should be a cave nearby, with some Tao insights carved in it. Let's go and take a look. Lin Xian thought that this should be a good way to verify the authenticity of the map. The 3 of them discussed and turned into streams of light, flying into the distance. 20,000 miles away, there was a huge rift valley. 1,000 meters below the rift valley, there was a cave. There were many murals in the cave, and they were carved with Tao insights. Indeed, they saw a huge valley in front of them. There really is a canyon. Li Hongxiu was surprised. Murong Qingcheng was also overjoyed. "Let's see if there are any caves in the canyon." The 3 of them directly flew down the canyon. Sure enough, they found a cave 1,000 meters down. The cave was covered by many vines. There were also countless Tao runes around the cave. Clearly, the entrance of the cave was covered by an array formation. If Zhang Xian did not come down, even a little saint would not be able to tell what was going on. However, Lin Xian and the others had a map, so they obtained it effortlessly. Lin Xian went in to take a look. He waved his hand and tore apart the vines. Then he sent out a flame and flew in. The 9 suns' divine fire turned into a golden crow and circled around inside, illuminating the interior. No danger. Let's go. The 3 of them walked into the cave. Lin Xian's flames turned into a sun that floated in the sky, illuminating the entire cave as if it was daytime. The cave was not big, and there were murals painted on the walls. Those were the insights of the Great Tao. The Great Tao insights left behind by a sage king were very useful to them. They hurried to comprehend them. The hillmen were overjoyed. They found that the map was real. Great! This way, they could search for treasures according to the map. The 3 of them began to comprehend the map. Lin Xian was comprehending the map while using the natural treasures given to him by the Green Hill clan to enhance the power of his body and the great dragon sword soul. The others did not have a map at all, so they could only search aimlessly. These people searched in all directions crazily. Lei Zhan was dead in Thunder God City, and a new chief disciple was chosen. His cultivation base was also at early Small Saint. As a saint city, Thunder God City had a very strong foundation. Those saint venerable elders had their own disciples. This was the disciple of one of the saint venerable elders. He had been cultivating quietly in the saint city all this time. However, after Lei Zhan was killed, he was pushed out. He was chosen as the new chief disciple. His name was Luo Fan. However, he was not ordinary at all. His strength was much stronger than Lei Zhan. He could be considered a disciple of the previous generation. At this moment, under the lead of Luo Fan, these geniuses of Thunder God City were searching for treasures. Suddenly, a red figure descended from the sky and hovered above their heads. That person squinted his eyes and asked, "Do you know where Lin Wuti is? Who do you think you are? How dare you step on our heads? Get down here." One of the geniuses of Thunder God City roared. Luo Fan frowned. In this place, other than the people on the pilgrim list whom he was afraid of, he did not care about the others. Now, someone was stepping on his head. Was he courting death? Kneel down and kowtow to me. I can give you a quick death. Luo Fan said indifferently, "Looks like you're their leader. Since that's the case, let's ask you. The others can go die." The crimson figure in the sky sneered. Many red Tao runes appeared on his body and spread out in all directions. Those red Tao runes seemed to have turned into poisonous needles that shot downwards. The void was pierced through endlessly. "You're courting death. How dare you look down on us?" The geniuses of Thunder God City were furious. The other party dared to fight against them alone? They had more than a dozen experts on their side. He was courting death. Everyone joined hands to kill him. They wanted to use the cruelest means to torture him to death. These geniuses soared into the sky and struck out their laws to block the needles. But soon they screamed in pain. They could not block these red needles at all. Each of them was a law that pierced through their bodies. In an instant, 2 of them turned into a hornet's nest. Their bodies were full of bloody holes and looked extremely miserable. Even their souls were stung to death. Not good. This person is an expert. Quickly defend. The other 7 people roared, but it was useless. The red needles fell from the sky, and all 7 of them were killed. The only one left alive was Luo Fan. At this moment, Luo Fan's pupils shrank and cold sweat flowed down his body. Damn it! Who is this person? How can he be so strong? Who are you? How dare you kill the people of Thunder God City? Do you want to be my enemy? Trash! You dare to ask me? Answer me first. Do you know where Lin Wuti is? I don't know. Luo Fan shook his head. Seems like you want to die too. The red figure in the sky slowly descended. Luo Fan took 3 steps back. Our Thunder God City has a grudge with Lin Wudi. If I knew, how could I hide it? Since you don't know, then die. With that, the red figure waved his hand. The terrifying red needles once again turned into a torrent and rushed over. Damn it. 9 revolution, divine thunder. Luo Fan did not dare to be careless. He immediately used Thunder God City's lost technique. There was terrifying lightning on his body that quickly spread and reached the 6th revolution in an instant. You're tuning into the Mystic Fist YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.